Mr. Smoke. We back again. We back again. We in it to win it. We get the job done over here. Took me a little cool off, a little breakdown, you know. Hopefully this will get the conversation rolling again. That way we ain't got to worry about nobody coming up here and acting silly. Okay, foolish. A big issue up in here. All right. So see if we can fix this shit. I don't like that because it cuts all that shit off. Let's see what else can we do. Oh, I just saw how to drop the whole panel. Bam. Oh, maybe that'll work. Hi from Mobile, Alabama, representing. Do you know about DSA? Are you interested in that conversation? DSA stands for Democratic Socialists of America. And we have a chapter that we are forming here in Mobile, Alabama, pushing for progress and change, getting city council members elected, doing mutual aid, getting people helped out. Something that happened the other day in DSA is somebody wrecked their car. Somebody ran into somebody in DSA. Not two DSA members, but anyway, that ain't the point. The point is somebody's car got messed up, man. And a mutual DSA member had an extra car. They let them borrow their car. That never would have happened had DSA not happened. You know, so DSA is about that, you know. If you're in Baldwin County, same thing, because we cover that area too. There's several people from Baldwin County, and they're just starting in Indivisible for Baldwin County. Of course, we work with all, you know, left orgs and stuff like that. Indivisible, 5051, Feeding the Gulf Coast, Mama, Mobile, Alabama Mutual Aid, all types of stuff, you know. So we're doing a bike drive. We did a brake light clinic, you know, fixing brake lights for people, helping them out. DSA is a mass movement pushing for political and economic change within inside the system, right? The only way that we're going to abolish capitalism is to be organized as people. The system is trying to disenfranchise and disorient everyone individually and make you think that you're all alone, make you think that nobody thinks like you do. And DSA is pushing to change that, right? We need to organize. We need to elect politicians that enact laws for working class people, right? But in order to do that, we also need to build mutual aid networks that helping people cook, bake cakes, help take care of their house, their car, their yard, child care, health care, resources, borrowing things, you know, all of this types of stuff, rides, just community, just to be able to hang out with someone that recognizes and respects your pronouns, you know, someone that you don't have to put on a facade and say, hey, this is how we act when we're in public, right? If that's not the way that you want to act, that's not the way that you should have to act to get along with, you know, this capitalistic hellscape that we have going on. If you're interested in joining the DSA, then definitely shoot me a DM. I'll shoot you to the Discord. We have a Discord. We have a Signal chat. We're having a meeting this Saturday at the Spring Hill branch of Mobile Public Library, more over on McGregor, from 12 to 2, 12 to 1:50 or so. Come by, say hey, get some socialism up in your ear. You know, there's somebody that's in there that's a mental health, I forget what you call it because I'm just a dude, but they help with that, like psychiatrics. We're working on getting to be able to cover their stuff, to be able to help DSA members out, you know what I'm saying, as mutual aid. If anybody's coming across this live that feels like they don't agree with this background, then let's have the conversation, you know. Men created the problems. That's a fact. Coming from a man, which I am, Men perpetuate the most violence. They perpetuate the most harm to women, children, femme-presenting people. They perpetuate the most economic oppression to people that are economically oppressed. Men do that. Whether it's to other men or not is a different story, but it's still men that do it. Men are still the number one, enactors of violence like that, physical violence. They're the number one unaliver. Men are upholding the system that creates the issues that men complain about. Men complain about women not wanting to be, with men and cat women and all that type. That's for men. That's a man problem right there. Be somebody that somebody wants to be with. I don't want to be around your sorry stank. Wash your ass. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to hang around somebody that's been 48 to 72 hours without putting soap on something. That's crazy. That's crazy. You ain't got running water? I'm in Alabama. We got indoor plumbing, I feel like y'all should probably have that wherever you at, But socialism is the future of society, whether it's next year, 10 years, 200 years. But at some point, capitalism will cease to be able to exist because exploitation will no longer be able to happen. Please shower. Please shower. Please shower. I know that 6 foot COVID is not the case, but if you're not going to shower, you need to be 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. I know that deodorant is a real thing. Okay. Like we still need to work on that. We still need people doing the deodorant. All right. But back to the socialism. Socialism is the way of the future. If you're complaining now about grocery prices, then you're complaining about capitalism. If you're complaining that you don't make enough money, you're complaining about capitalism. If you're complaining that you can't do what you used to be able to do 4 years ago, you're complaining about capitalism. So therefore, be anti-capitalist, be a socialist, right? Realize that the system is set up in the way to make sure that you fail. Like that's the reason why the system is there. That is what it is. And MAGA just means racist. People just put on the MAGA mask and espouse racist tendencies. I'm not saying that somebody that's not MAGA can't be racist, but definitely if you are, then that's, there's a reason behind that, right? So, and at the end of the day, more billionaires, woohoo! They're 100%. So, did you request, Brittany? The last 2 times you requested, you did not mean to request. Now, if you want me to let you up, I'll let you up. No problem. If you got something. Yeah, ain't no disagree. Yeah, 100%. I appreciate it. You wanted to talk about, we probably don't have a lot of people in here, but, you wanted to talk about Pritchard and the proximity of Pritchard to Mobile and the economic issues and the racism within inside of that. Right. Am I thinking of that correctly? I should probably turn this off. I'll be wearing these damn headphones like they're my best friends. Work on getting up those invites. Yeah, let's get some invites going on. Share this out to your biggest hater. All right. Let them know that we running a live talking smack on men that uphold patriarchy. Men that complain that there's no good women left. Let's talk about it. I am in Lower Alabama. I'm down here on the bayou. They raised what to $15. I'm down here in the this state is gerrymandered to hell and back. Come up and had a conversation, Angie. Now the people in this state, there's a lot of good folks in here. There's a lot of people that don't understand how racism affects them, right? That's actually something that I thought of it the other day. Yeah, Alabama does have a lot of, and I've upheld bad systems myself, and probably will continue to do something until somebody tells me differently. And that's something that doesn't happen a lot, right? Is is that the way that I got here where I'm at now is being able to have conversations with people that were close to me. Whether it was some people might know Miss Shirley from work. She was an older black lady, or Mr. TJ Ray. Like I worked with a guy in 2011. He was 69 when I worked with him. So he was an old man and lived through a segregated South and all of the things that come along with that. He went to Tuskegee University, and he saw it in his best interest to continue to show me love as a young 20-year-old white dude that didn't know any better, basically, right? And that helped open up some eyes, along with all sort of other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Women spending time having conversations, so there's, you shouldn't take labor from people, right? But you should have genuine conversations with and not tell me that they're wrong and all that type of stuff. But yeah, if the state wasn't gerrymandered to hell and back, you're exactly right. And if we didn't have crazy elections, then again, same thing. We got elections in off years and all that type of stuff. So the map should look a lot better than it does, but it don't. And the reason why is because Dixiecrats, Dixiecrats and Republicans are still upholding the system of white supremacy, patriarchy, all the things that go along with that, subjugation of black and brown people. Lowndes County over here has a running water situation for the last 60 years. Not as bad as Flint, Michigan, but almost as bad as Flint, Michigan. But nobody hears about it because the folks from Lowndes County, they fight, but the politicians don't do anything. They're like, I won't care about you, And there's a lot of that. There's a lot of people that don't care about other folks. They just want to get their piece of the pie. They don't care about subjugating and oppressing other groups of people as long as they don't get oppressed individually. So, the new Superman, I ain't seen that rascal. Ain't seen it. Probably might not see it. I don't be watching movies like that. But yeah, it is what it is. If there's anybody that I gotta feel like got me here. Are you in? Oh, you got romantically involved with a Bama man. Hey, some folks like the accent, Brittany ain't gonna connect. Some folks like it, all right. Some folks enjoy it, so we'll have it, they like that talk. They like that talk. Look, in
3 coins. Coin from Marine, coin from Volantis.
Hey, Jen. Yoo-hoo! Big summer blowout. We're gonna have a conversation or not, Jen? So, if anybody disagrees with his background, let's have a conversation. He was narcissistic. Yeah. Sam, I see you in the request, but I'm looking for just ops and just have a one-on-one conversation, a 1v1. So I'm just gonna yap for a while. If we don't get any ops, then we might have just a little conversation, a little hanging out. See if we can get some of those. But at the end of the day,
I'm a super op, brother.
Okay then, super. All right, you want a plus sign or what?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I got you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, socialism is definitely not the way. Whenever you can't control what what you can and cannot buy, what you can and cannot say, and what you can and cannot do. That's not what the America. That's not even America, bro. That's fucking China. That's North Korea. Go move to North Korea. If you want it to be like that, go to North Korea. I guarantee you. Yeah, you could get there, but you can't leave.
Hey, do you know what socialism is? Can you give me a definition?
Oh, it's whenever everybody contributes into one pot. You cannot make more than the next person, and of course, you got to do everything your government says. 100%.
That's not
Yeah,
socialism.
no, no, hey, hold up. In New York, what is he trying to do? Government grocery stores, right? And you know what? They're gonna set the prices real low, but then yet, whenever it's all around the New York state, you cannot go to any other grocery store, and no matter how high the price is, you got to pay for it because it's all going to be the same price. There's not going to be no budgeting. There
Are
ain't
the
going to be
prices going
no.
to be low or the prices going to be high?
What he's going to start off low, but that's the trick there. They're going to start off low. They're going to trick y'all into fucking socialism. They're going to think
Wait, wait,
you're
wait,
going
wait,
to think
wait.
you got it good until
Hey,
they
hey,
control the
trigger,
prices.
hey, trigger. You're not a very good op if you just yap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
Um,
like, you go for it. Why do you like socialism so much?
yeah, I love it because it lessens the oppression of groups of people,
So
of
you're
working
calling
class
yourself
folks.
a loser, right? You're tired of being a loser. That's what you're saying.
No, I personally am successful, but that being
Oh,
the
so you
but
want
I'm
losers?
still
You want
oppressed.
losers to get what you got?
No, what it
That's what
trigger
it sounds like to me.
trigger. What state do you live in?
It's Texas.
Okay, cool. Give me just. Do you drink like liquor?
Yes, yes. No, I
Okay.
already knew what you're about to say. I already yes.
What am I gonna say?
Oh, do I drink? Yes, I do.
Okay. Um, do y'all have ABC stores there for
No,
liquor?
no.
All right. What do you have? Um, I'm searching for it right now. I'm gonna find the name of what that is. Owned by state government. So let's see here. You have public is the only state in the nation that bars public trading corp from holding. Yeah,
Yes.
Texas state-owned liquor stores. Yeah,
You
Texas
know,
doesn't have, but
Texas
you
is
do
like
you know?
America inside of America. It's like United States inside of the United States. Texas definitely know
Hey,
how to work this shit.
no, I've lived in Texas. I know what it, are you? Could I ask you what?
Man,
Um,
you seem like a manly man. Why the fuck you fucking with socialism?
d- again, your definition of socialism isn't correct. You know that, right?
What? No, it just sounds like you want losers to be where you're at.
Do you?
Losers who don't want to work, losers who just want to do the bare minimum. These are losers.
What do you do for work?
Oh, I sell. I work off commission. I gotta
What,
be a winner if I want to sell.
what do you sell? Drugs or
No, no, I sell insurance, brother.
you sell insurance?
Why the fuck do you say I sell drugs? Like what? Because you think I'm
Yeah, well,
brown?
hey, we got to hold on. We got to
Is this like a race thing? The fuck? Why the fuck did
race
you say I
war.
sell drugs?
I don't say D-rugs, please. I'm sorry that I said it the wrong way,
Yeah,
but
you did say it the wrong way first, but yeah, D
yeah,
rugs, yes.
yeah.
Why did you think I sell D rugs?
Because you were like, I'm a seller, and I'm
Yeah, you
like,
gotta.
what do you?
Well, I'm not a loser. Yeah, hey, regardless if it's D
I
rugs or
mean,
insurance, I'm gonna sell something. I'm gonna make sure I can feed my family.
yeah. Are you black
No,
or Hispanic or Latino?
no, I'm Native American.
Okay, so what do you connect with your indigenous peoples?
No,
Like, are you
no,
recognized by a tribe?
they're losers too. They're alcoholics and they're on D rugs.
Why do you think that they are that way?
Well, because they only have so much resources, but then yet you can overcome that. This is America. They just want to stick to the res. They want to stick on those reservations where there ain't shit, really. That's their
Why do
fault.
you think that
If you
there's
want to
not
stick
shit
to
on the
the res, you want to
reservations?
stick to your culture, that's fine. But you got to understand, the USA provides everything you need. Freedom of speech, freedom to protect yourself, freedom to provide for your family. And you can make as much money as you want in the USA.
Hey, do you live in any of the big three? Do you like toll roads?
Toll roads, what the fuck is that?
A toll road, you know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
the tollway.
A tollway?
Yeah, like Texas Fast Pass, and
No, no, no. I live in a good. It's not a small town. It's a good city.
you don't go to Houston,
No,
Austin.
Houston is trash. Houston is trash. Dallas is
Houston's
trash.
Texas. You don't go. You don't
No,
have. But
Dallas
East
is
Ag,
trash.
you don't do none of
Houston's
that.
trash. Austin is trash.
Dallas.
Yes. No. These motherfuckers get too fucking populated, and then you got too many weirdos running around the street doing these D-rugs and alcohol and all that. And then they
Brother.
all want to share their fucking feelings with everybody, thinking that they're right.
Hey,
This is the problem
Trigger,
with these protests.
trigger,
Oh yeah,
trigger,
my bad.
trigger.
Yeah, my bad. You
You
go
got
first.
to Hey, impulse
Yeah, I
control.
know. I got
Okay,
you.
brother.
My bad.
Yeah. You gotta. You
Yeah,
cannot.
Houston
You
is trash.
cannot. You cannot say that Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Austin all suck, and
Yeah,
then
they
you
do.
claim Texas real hard. You can't do that because those are
Brother,
those are
those are
almost
the blue states.
like that's all of
Those are the
Texas.
blue state. Those are the blue cities in Texas. The blue
Yeah,
cities, the ones that want to vote blue. That's why they're trash, and you see why they're trash because honestly, they don't even know how to run their own fucking city.
they're running pretty good compared
Oh, we
to.
got plenty of cities in Texas. It's not just those three. Those are the
Oh, I
big three, I
know.
guess, but they're not the only three.
I know everything from El Paso to Orange.
Oh, El Paso's better than fucking Houston
Why is that?
because the crime rate's more than fucking Houston. That's crazy because they're right next to the fucking border.
There's nobody in El Paso.
Oh shit, there's a lot of business in El Paso
There's
because
nobody
nobody's
in El
scared to
Paso. That's
fucking
why
go
you
there.
can't unlive a tumbleweed.
There's a lot of business. There's a lot of money flowing in El Paso.
Okay, so again, so you don't you don't care whenever you go to one of those cities? Are you in West Texas?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so San Antonio is probably your closest big city then. And when you go there, you don't drive on any of the interstate that makes you pay in and out?
No. No, I look, trust me, I drove to San Antonio, I drove to Corpus, I drove to even California. I've seen the toll roads. You know what I mean? Like we don't really have that shit all through Texas. Honestly, like I'm telling you, there's only like probably like three like those big cities like Dallas, Houston, and what is that, San Antonio? That have the fucking toll
Trigger.
roads.
I lived in Houston and I just
Yeah.
drove through Texas 3 times in the past 2 months. I know about the layout of Texas and I
Yeah, I
know
don't
about
fuck with
living
those
in
toll road
Texas.
shit.
It
I'll take
sounds
my
like
time.
you haven't been all over Texas.
No, I take my time. I don't do those toll road bullshit. They take down your license plate. They try to charge you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I ain't trying to do all that bullshit
Why don't you like it? Why don't you like that?
because it's bullshit.
Why
Dude,
is it bullshit?
how the fuck you gonna charge me to drive?
Well, it's
Yeah.
not
The fuck, I already paid for
That's
gas.
not that they're charging you for a middle lane where there's no other cars that
Trigger,
are on that
trigger.
lane.
Look, my girl knows.
Trigger.
Hold up, shut up.
You're
My girl
It's
knows.
you're complaining about capitalism.
the lane.
Well, no, but
You're complaining about
capitalism. No, if you're a sucker to capitalism, it's because you fall for the tricks. Honestly, what's another 30 minutes to get to one destination? What's another 30 minutes?
if there's a road that's already built, 30
Yeah,
minutes is a
you're the
long
one that
time. Why
falls
would you
into
spend
that
an
fucking
hour commuting
dumbass
to work when it could
capitalistic
take 30
bullshit.
minutes?
Look,
You're
brother.
complaining about
But
capitalism.
no, I don't complain about it because I don't do it. You know what I mean? Like I'm cheap. I'm cheap as fuck. I'm gonna take the cheapest way out. Y'all motherfuckers feed into capitalism because y'all are too lazy or too fucking in a rush. Y'all want to pay for everything. Yeah, like so fucking Uber Eats. That's the fucking dumbest shit on earth. Bro,
Trigger,
go get your own
trigger,
fucking
trigger.
food.
Hey,
Go get your own
trigger,
food.
trigger. I need you to stick to the subject. You're not a good op if you can't. We're not talking about getting food delivered to your house.
What? That's
Okay?
still stupid as shit. But that's capitalism. You just said capitalism, right? That's capitalism right there.
Yeah,
In your
but we're
face.
not talking about that. We're talking about the toll roads, and we're trying to narrow down on that. And you're
But
complaining about other things that are also capitalism. So
people
that
are
being the
just
case,
too fucking lazy and they feed into it. They're
so
just
so
fat and lazy.
so you think that so you like socialist things in some
No,
ways?
no.
Yeah.
I stick to myself. And you know what? I fuck with capitalism. I want people to make their money, get their bread. But you know what? You're not gonna get it from me because honestly, I'm gonna get the cheapest way out. And you know what? I got friends that will hook me up with anything I need.
Hey,
Insurance, a
Trigger,
car.
Trigger,
I know plenty of
Trigger.
people that can give me
Do
anything I
you think
want.
that money belongs to capitalism? Do you think that money can't exist within inside socialism?
No, no, not at all.
Why not?
You're not gonna make a profit in socialism. You're giving your money to everybody else.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you are. You ain't gonna make no profit in socialism. You gotta be friendly, you gotta be generous, and you gotta share with everybody else. I'm not trying to do that. I don't share shit.
Well, I thought you just said that you had homeboys that hooked you up.
Well, yeah, no, they ain't sharing nothing. They're still getting something out of it.
You're just making a fucking
The
mess.
fuck?
What are they getting out of it?
Some business and a little money on the side because they give me a good price. Yeah,
So,
that's
so
capitalism, brother. You gotta do what's best for you. Capitalism.
no,
Yes.
no. So again, money existed before capitalism. You understand
Man,
that,
it's
right?
just like we got so many people who don't know how to play the game and they get so mad they flip the socialism is those people who want to flip the board over because they can't win Monopoly. That's socialism. So like,
Do you
oh,
think
we
that
should all have the
Trigger? Hey,
same money.
Hey, I'm glad you brought up Monopoly. How much money is in Monopoly?
Oh shit, how much however much you want to make.
Do you think that there's enough money in Monopoly for four players to have plenty of money?
No, only one gonna win.
No, no, I didn't say who was going to win. I just said that all the
No,
money that's
there's
in the bank and
you
all
go
the money that's on the board, do you think that everybody could have a good bit of money or
you
no?
go you go through a game of Monopoly, one
I didn't
person at least
say go
has
through
to
the
win.
fucking game, did I? You got to stick
What
with
the
me here.
fuck? What? We all
You
start
got
off
to
the
stick
same,
with
right?
me.
Yeah, we all start off the same, right?
No, I didn't say start off the same.
We
All
do.
the money in the bank, do you think that there's enough to distribute to all four players and everybody have a good bit of money?
Yeah.
There is, ain't it?
But who's gonna spend what? And
But
where are they
wait,
gonna spend it?
but wait. So if there's enough money for if the bank didn't have any money and all of us just distributed all the money together, and then we could just pay
You're
each
talking
other's
about the
rent
beginning of the
and
game.
we
You're
could
not even
buy
talking about
stuff.
playing the game.
I'm talking about the game, but I'm not talking about playing the game.
Yeah, we got to play the game, don't we?
But wait. There's enough money for all of us to have a good bit of money. We've got that.
Brother, socialism is all the money stays in the bank and you're gonna get rations. That's what you're gonna get. You're gonna only get like
That's
$30 each. And you know what? You gotta be happy with that. You don't get
that's
nothing
not
else. You don't get no
socialism.
houses, you don't get no hotels, you don't even get a piece. You just don't play the game. You just get $30.
That's not
That is
socialism.
socialism. Yes, it is.
I know that it's tough for you to understand because you've got this individualistic mindset that you think you gotta
And
fucking grind and you
I
gotta
just think
hustle
that they're
and you
hyping
gotta
that
get out of
socialism
everything.
up
You
for
gotta
you.
get it out the goddamn mud yourself, and you just
Yes.
ain't that kind of guy that you
No,
finna
I
let
am that
nobody
kind
be
of
fucking
guy.
with you like that. You
But
ain't finna
no,
let
but
nobody
brother,
fuck with you like that.
brother,
I
brother.
got you.
So, what kind of career are you pursuing, or what kind of career did you pursue?
Um,
You don't have to tell me the specifics, but what
no,
kind of industry are you in?
no, I'm an industrial electrician.
What the fuck are you talking about socialism for? Because honestly, you're gonna do that shit. You're gonna get paid as the same as a McDonald's worker if you fucking vote for socialism. The
No,
fuck, you're gonna be working hard and you're gonna get paid as much as a motherfucker that flips burgers.
that's all right with me. The burger worker should get
Holy
as much as
shit!
I get paid.
Holy shit! You're risking your life to
Everybody should
connect
make a living
wires,
wage.
and this motherfucker flipping burgers because he's lazy as shit and doesn't want a real job. And
Have you
then
ever flipped burgers?
you really want that?
Have you ever flipped burgers?
Yes,
Was it lazy?
yes. I fucking hated it.
Well, it sounds like you hated it, and you're still
Yeah,
talking about it like you hate
but
it.
it's
But hold
still
on a minute.
trash.
Let's introduce.
It's scum
What's up?
work.
Hey, Trigger.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
no, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go let you go to the next person.
okay. Thank
Not
you.
much, Trigger. Stick
What's up,
around.
Derek?
Not much. I want Trigger to stick around. Why is he gonna run away so quick?
Yeah, I
No,
can't
I'm
quite
sticking
hear you there.
around. I'm right here.
Yeah, I just joined this live. I see that you're talking about
Can you get a little
socialism.
closer to the mic? I'm not trying to cut you off. Can you get a little closer to the mic? I can't hear you.
Yeah, no, I want to make it better for everyone. Is this a little bit better?
Can you yell in the mic?
Yeah, you having trouble. It's muffled or something like that. Trigger, have you been to the in the liquor a little bit or no?
Brother, I'm like in on my fifth Dos Equis. Yes.
That checks out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
That checks
chilling.
out.
I'm chilling.
Yeah.
We having
All
some
good.
fun.
What's up, Derek?
Is this any better?
Mm-mm. I don't think so.
Uh,
But do you disagree or agree with this conversation?
Oh, I agree with at least a democratic socialism standpoint in America. We are not a socialist country. We never will be, but we have strong social safety nets in place that need to be highlighted.
I don't think that we have strong social safety nets because we have more unalivings per year because of lack of funds than any other. Do you know how many medical bankruptcies happen inside the United States every year?
No, way more than should ever exist. Healthcare
Do
should be a human right, not
yeah. Do
not
you know how many happen in other countries?
well, depends on if they have a socialized medicine or not.
Zero. Nobody goes bankrupt in any other country for medical reasons, for medical debt. About 50,000 a year go bankrupt. They have to sell their house and claim bankruptcy for medical debt, which is crazy. So I don't think we have strong social safety nets.
Well, I mean, with Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid,
What do you think pays for it? Somebody got to pay for the medicine.
as a whole, if we had a socialized medicine, we would all pay less than what we currently pay to private insurance companies for inadequate health insurance and medical treatment.
Correct. And at the end of the day, if we want to bring back the toll roads, somebody paid for the toll roads and then they charged a toll for them, which is private companies. And then publicly, the government pays for other roads and then you don't have to pay to go on those, right? So at the end of the day, like it's just part of how we interact in society. We can say that this should be funded and everybody should have access to it, or we should limit
Brother, I feel like you're trolling me. Honestly, I feel like you're trolling so bad.
No, I think that you just can't keep up with the conversation. I think that you thought it was a kiddie pool and it's a lot deeper than that.
No,
And
but who's gonna fund the fucking Medicaid for everybody? Everybody gets fucking Medicare.
yeah,
Everybody gets medical treatment. Who pays for it?
yeah, yeah, we pay for it as the United States the same way that we
No,
pay
you
now.
as a
We
electrician
pay,
are gonna hold up. You as a electrician are gonna give up your tax money. You're gonna give up most of your paycheck to pay for an obese, lazy fuck who wants to sit in their house all day and eat nacho chips fucking 24/7 and drink cokes all day, just don't know how to take care of themselves. You're willing to take care of lazy fucks? Is that what you're saying?
if you're asking me if I'm willing to pay into
No,
a
are you
pot,
willing to?
no,
No,
well, first
I'm
off,
saying
first
it as
off,
straight as I
first
can.
off, Trigger,
You're willing
first
to
off, that's
take
not
care
how
of a
fucking money
lazy
works.
fucker who likes to drink cokes all day, smoke
Yeah.
cigarettes all day, fucking eat nachos all day, get fucking fat as shit, and you gotta pay for it.
Hey, Trigger, and also I'm okay paying for health insurance for motherfuckers that are 5 deep into Dos Equis arguing with people that know what the fuck they're talking about online. I'm also cool if you have a child or a youngin
Brother, I'm
that
not cool with you
that they
covering
get
my
access
bill.
to
I
that
can
same
cover my
health
own
care
bill.
that
Trust
I
me.
get access
Hey,
to.
you know
I'm
what? I'll
also
cover my
okay
own bill.
with
I
people
don't
that
need
get
your help.
fucking
I'm gonna be
alcohol
honest with you. I
poisons.
don't need your help.
I'm
I do
also
not need your help.
okay. I'm also okay when you end up having liver cancer because you drink so fucking much because you're an indigenous person and your body's not equipped to handle the alcohol like that. Then when you end up in the hospital from liver poison and you need to have and you have
Brother, I'm built like
cancer,
an
I'm
Irish.
also okay for you getting the surgery that you need. And I'm also okay with
You
you
gonna pay
having
for it?
access to that. And I'm also
Yes. You know what?
okay when you get into a vehicle and you
Hey,
have a
if
fucking
that shit
wreck for
ever
you to
happens, I'm gonna
also
cash
have
app.
that. And I'm also okay for whoever else that
No,
you're
I need him
harming
to cash app me some money
physically or
right now.
mentally inside of your life because of how you interact
Hey,
with
I need
people.
a
I'm
new
also
liver.
okay for them getting the health insurance that they need.
I'm gonna send
Do
you
you
my cash
understand
app.
me?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you my cash app. You can send me all your money. It's fine. You don't need it. You don't want it. I'll take it. I'll be happy to take it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah,
and so and
yeah.
also
You gonna put your money towards a motherfucker like me that's really not appreciative. I really don't.
You said you don't need the help.
I don't. But if you're willing, if you're dumb enough to give me the money, hey, God, hey, you know what? God bless your soul.
Everybody in Israel has health care funded by the United States government. So that being the case, we can have it here.
Oh,
Okay.
do they really?
Yeah. The military bases that the United States has all around the country could provide for health care here, but it doesn't. It provides for bombs, not food. It provides for bombs, not health care. Everybody within inside the U.S. government has health care.
We bring
And that's
peace
the
to
reason
the
why
world.
we don't have. And Trigger,
Brother, we bring peace
Trigger,
to the world.
Hush, let me get to the point. Hush, let me get to the point.
We
You're
got-
not a good op. You're just raggedy,
I
dude.
understand.
You just talk too much. You can't. I need that impulse control. Be submissive. Be submissive one time for me, baby. If you would.
Hell no. Hey, you know what?
Hey, be submissive
You
for me,
gotta
all
love
right?
America,
Just,
brother.
hey, just shh.
You gotta.
Hey, just shh, real quick. Just let me
We
talk.
protect America.
Let me be in your ear right now instead of the other way around, okay? Are you all right with that?
You just say
let
the
me-
dumbest
let
shit.
me
I'm not
talk
gonna lie.
about
You
it.
say some dumb shit.
Okay, let me talk about it. So the point is that the reason why we don't have universal health care inside the United States is that the military provides for health care and they need to oppress people in order to get them to sign up to fight the rich man's battle. So that's the problem that we have here. The reason why the military gives you those benefits is so you can sign up to have yourself unalived or something like that. You know, that's why we don't have universal health care. They know that the recruitment in the military would drop significantly if everybody had access to health care. I don't know if he left or somebody dropped him. I'm not really sure.
Well, I'm still here. Did Trigger go?
Yeah. What's up, Balaga?
Yeah, I want to just say something about military service and all that. To
Okay.
me, it's just a big jobs program for, people that can't really make it in the real world. Or, I honor their service. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them are actually, out there to defend their country and whatnot. But really, it's kind of like socialism per se.
Yeah,
It's a form of socialism where they're provided for, they're told what to do, they're regimented, and I mean it's a social order, social control.
yeah, well, that's what I'm getting at, though. It's like I know someone that's in the military that built a lot of roads in Afghanistan, and if you look, we built a lot of roads in Vietnam and stuff like that. We paved a lot of things, cleared a lot of places. We could be doing that here in the United States for the citizens, but that doesn't support an imperialistic and capitalistic viewpoint, right? So we have to wage war in other places in order to maintain economic dominance from capitalism, because if no one is exploited, then the profit margins can't come to the people that are still wealthy. So
Yeah. Because they always talk about, we don't want any make work jobs in the United States. We don't want to just have people going out there and improving things for the people, for the populace. That's just make work, what they call. But and that's really what the military is. It's just they're just basically just going through the motions and doing a lot of training and practice drills, but they're not producing anything. They're not really improving the society. We should use those resources. I mean, we could cut the military in half, and would still be the strongest military in the world.
yeah, we can cut it all the way down. We can cut it completely
Yeah,
all the way
because
gone out of the way.
I think Russia spends like 10% of what we do.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
there's a lot.
China
Yeah.
spends like 15%. So combined, our two biggest adversaries, are just a quarter of what we spend. I mean, it's ridiculous. And everybody else who spends big time on the military are our closest allies. England, France, Germany, Japan. So, I mean, this boondoggle of military, bloated military, is what's really kind of undermining us. We can't have nice things because of our bloated military. We're still spending at Cold War levels.
Oh
and
yeah.
we don't have anything to really worry about. Plus, we have ends. We have ends. Everybody messes with them. I mean, we're pretty credible that we would use them because we did so in Japan. So I mean, nobody's going to really f with us. So it's just what Eisenhower said. It's just the MI complex, and it's
Yeah.
just a way. It's a lead weight on our society. We could do so much more.
It's
And
the
actually,
military industrial complex. I mean,
yeah,
it's funneling government dollars um, into
yeah,
private pockets and stuff like that. It's the Lockheed Martin makes a lot of money from the government, right?
that's right.
Um,
But I think corporate America also gets a piece of the action because all those military bases have to buy Coca Cola, they have to buy cigarettes, they have to buy, I mean, those PXs are just like almost like Walmart. They carry all kinds of products, clothes, and microwave ovens, whatever. So
yeah,
it's just a matter of subsidizing the corporate world as well. I mean,
consumerism. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's definitely that. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the U.S. military spends way more on gas than anybody else. You know,
I think
they
it's the
buy
largest buyer of goods and services in the world.
right, exactly. And so if it just did it for all people, then bam, problem solved. But what's up, black one?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Ain't much to it. I don't know if you want to add to the conversation or if you got something on the background that you disagree with.
Yeah, I mean, just, hearing about the military and, what they're used for. I mean, it's kind of a balance with, some of the things saying that, we don't need to, be in some of the places, that we're in.
Hmm.
Um, if we weren't in South Korea, that would destabilize the region over there. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Also, our proximity to get to Taiwan, as well as being in Japan. Um, Not being in Europe, obviously, we've been there since you know WW2, and if we weren't there then, that would have affected our ability to be in the Balkans back in the 90s and present day, helping out, Ukraine too. If we were not in these places, as well as the Middle East. And what would happen, kind of like what you're seeing in Ukraine now, is that we know after the Soviet Union fell, how they felt about that. And their goal is to get all those countries back at the end of the day. And if we just
Wait,
came
wait,
back
wait, wait,
home,
black. You're going at like all these different ways, but like the Soviet Union failed because of United States propaganda and the push for the Cold War and all that type of stuff. That's why the Soviet Union failed. It wasn't anything else to do with that. You understand that, right?
the Soviet Union fell because us and our allies agreed not to trade with them primarily. And
Yeah,
that's how they
why do you
ended up
think? Why do
falling.
you think that they? Why do you think that we had embargoes against them and were fighting a Cold War?
Because it was over control of territories
Yeah. So why do you think that the United States needs control over territory in another continent?
or influence.
Why do you think that the United States needs to influence other parts of the world?
Because another country would do it. For example,
Okay. So therefore, so you're saying like if this person's gonna get beat, it's gonna be me instead of somebody else. That's what you're trying to say. That's your equivalent.
no, I'm saying not beat
Somebody
them.
else is gonna exploit them, so therefore I'm gonna exploit them. I
You
get to
don't.
do it.
No, I don't think we're necessarily exploiting them. It ends up being a trade-off. And so, for example, with Ukraine,
Mm-mm.
give them that protection from Russia. Otherwise, we see what Russia will want to do. It's that simple, like they're doing now. It's exactly what they're doing now, what Russia is doing right now. And if
Yeah.
we gave them no support, what would happen?
Well, we're talking about longer than that. We're not talking about the authoritarianship of Putin and stuff. We're talking about the USSR and then the way that the United States went in and destabilized them as a group of sovereign countries, right? So you're looking at a specific instance right now, but again, right now just shows the fact of the United States is supplying things that help other capitalists within inside the United States and tries to put control and power over other groups of people. But at the end of the day, it was the United States meddling in affairs that didn't have nothing to do with them to begin with to get to the position that we're in today.
True,
You see what I'm saying?
true,
Like you
true,
are African American, right?
true. Yeah,
Have you traced your lineage back to where it comes from the African continent?
yeah. And
Okay, the
you
United
are right
States
about that.
fucked up in that, right? Like they fucked up in that, and that's how you ended up here, right?
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah.
Okay, so therefore the time frame is starts there when the United States was fucking up in 1619. It doesn't start in now and redlining. We need to have that conversation. Don't get me wrong, we can have that conversation. But you trying to say that the reason why this is like this from 1619 is because of redlining today is that's a false equivalence because redlining happened because of 400 years of oppression of a group of people, right? That's
Well,
what you're looking at. You're talking about Ukraine right now, but it's not Ukraine right now. It's that the United States spent billions of dollars in Cold War propaganda about socialism and how terrible socialism will be. When the USSR was made, that was the quickest. There's only two times where an economy has grown exponentially in this world, and that's the USSR and China. And both of those had nationalized services. That was the most amount of wealth accumulation and raised standards of living for all people. Lifting the most amount of people out of poverty was when the USSR was formed and when China turned communist.
yeah.
They're not communist yet, but they're socialist. But that's the
With China, it's look at what they had to go through to get there. How
it,
many millions of people were unalived and instituting the one child policy.
not
And then
not not not
as
what.
a result of
Go ahead.
that, imagine a country, right, where you don't have a brother or a sister or an aunt or an uncle for a couple generations because of a one child policy. You see
Okay,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Look what
that I'm
what
I'm fine with a one child policy. I think that a vasectomy policy needs to happen in the United States right now. I think every man that's 30 years old needs to be clipped. I think it should be his duty to get clipped at 30.
why is that?
I feel like every man that has fathered three children should be clipped immediately.
Why is that?
I feel like right now they need to be clipped, son.
Why is
There
that?
and why?
Right.
For the greater good of society. Because no man can
Explain.
take care of more than three children, and no man over 30 should be having brand new children. Because you
That's not
can't fucking do it. You ain't that guy. You can't take
but
care of
that's
no half dozen youngins.
yeah, but that's people are not having that many. So over 30, you got a lot of people that they don't have their stuff together,
Hey,
till 30, 35.
that's okay. That's okay. Get them
So
clipped. That's okay. You can be an uncle. You can be unc.
that doesn't make any sense.
You ain't got it. Do you got kids?
I got four.
Yeah, you not fucking take care of all them kids like that. That's too damn many kids, man. You know how
What are
expensive
you
kids is?
what are you
How old is your
talking about?
kids?
I got them from 22 to 10,
How old are you?
46.
Are you clipped?
Yeah.
All right then. What's your problem with that?
But you saying that at 30 it
Yeah.
should be happening. But if you don't have none at 30,
You had plenty at 30.
but if you don't have any
But you
at
had
30,
plenty at 30. So you're saying that you shouldn't have kids before 30, but you had kids before 30?
I think we're talking about two different things. If you're 30 and you don't have any, you're saying that you should get clipped for uh to help society out.
Yeah,
Most people don't have their
100%.
stuff together
You
by
you got
30.
yeah, you got a brother.
Yeah,
All right, then your brother can help take care of some of your four damn kids.
I don't need him. I don't need him to help me with my four.
I'm sure. I'm sure. But again, you talk to them kids. I'm one of four. I know plenty of people that are one of four that can't. You cannot take care of that many children in this type of economy. And you can lie all you want to, but you just can't do it. It can't be done.
I don't
And
think
so
we the.
for
I
the
don't.
betterment of society,
That's
you don't
not.
need to have all
Not
them damn
true.
youngins.
That's not true. For one, I think you realize that we may live close to each other. I live in Alabama as well, Birmingham
Good for
area.
you.
So I got four, and that's not an issue, to do that. I understand that's not the same
Did your
for
22-year-old go
everybody.
to college?
What?
Did your 22-year-old go to college?
Yeah,
Do you have money set aside for the other three to go to college?
yeah,
Did you buy the 22-year-old a car when they turned 16?
yeah,
You got car money for the rest of them?
yeah.
You put a roof over all of them's head? All of them by the same baby mama too?
No,
Oh.
but I'm ex I'm ex-military. I got out and I went to school. Got a job, just a, normal life like a lot of people do, you
Hmm.
know. Work my way up. I mean, I'm 46 now. So,
So
I
you
mean,
make $200,000 a year?
yeah. Well, yeah, as
No.
a whole, me and my wife, yeah. And
Oh.
so
Yeah, no,
that's a
that ain't no, that don't work, man. You
it
can't have no four kids with that. You
it
and your wife can't work full time and
it
only make
acts
$200,000 a year
it
and provide a
it
good life for those
absolutely
kids.
does. It's
No,
happening.
you
It's
can't fucking
happening
do it.
now, though.
You can't do it, man. You cannot provide the life that children need by
But
both of y'all making 200,000 because both of
so
y'all
let me
working. Now, if you
let
made
me
200K by yourself and the wife stayed home all the time, or vice versa, she made all the money,
so
you stayed home all the time, then I might agree to that. I might because you might be able to live in Birmingham and some of the suburbs. You might be able to be okay.
how many do you have?
I got one and I'm clipped.
Okay. And how old are you?
36.
Okay. My situation is totally different from yours. I did things at different times, and that's why things are different for me.
And you can't
Okay.
take care of all them damn youngins. And I don't give a shit what you say. You can't take care of all them youngins. So back to
But
the point of
it's
more
happening.
people need to be clipped faster.
But it's happening though. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
so you can have that many and still handle stuff.
Yeah, you just can't. You can tell yourself a story if you want to, but you just can't. You know what I'm saying? So we can agree to disagree, but you're just fucking wrong. It is what it is. But back to the point of the military itself is oppressive. Do you understand that?
In some form, yes.
Yeah. So the military is oppressive,
Yeah.
and there is no way that the military can be non-oppressive, right? Like, why did you go into the military?
Um, School and travel.
School and travel.
Yep.
Why didn't? Because your parents couldn't send you to school.
No, they could
Then why did you have to? Your parents couldn't let you travel
to
at an
have
age either, could they?
no debt.
Yeah.
That's one
So
thing,
that's
and to travel and to actually live somewhere else, too,
yeah.
not just to go visit somewhere.
You
You'll
can
have
live
the
anywhere
opportunity to
else. You
live.
can go move anywhere you want to without the military telling you where to go. But what you're describing is an economic opportunity to not be as oppressed as you were coming up. So that
But
being the case,
I wasn't, and so this is I I think me and you we got some things confused, and so you don't you don't know how I grew up, and you don't know my current life now. And so you saying, you know, like the amount of kids that I can't take care of them or me being depressed growing up, that wasn't my reality,
so you weren't
you know.
oppressed growing up.
No,
You're
I
a
wasn't.
black man that's 46 years old that lives in Alabama, and you're telling me there's no oppression in your life.
I didn't grow up in Alabama. See, this is what I'm telling you.
So
Okay.
so you
So
grew up in the United States or no?
yes, I grew up in Chicago.
So
See, you
you grew
gotta
up in
ask. You
Chicago
gotta
with
ask more
no oppression.
questions, dude.
You grew up with no oppression as a black man in
No,
Chicago.
no,
Born in 1980, 1979, right?
8,
78.
78.
78. You were born in 1978. 10
Yes.
years after the Fair Housing Act got passed, and you have no oppression.
No, not growing up. No,
That's a first. That's a first.
it's not the first. And
Do
this
you
is the
think that
thing.
black people are oppressed today?
Yes, absolutely it happens.
So when did you
Yes.
start getting oppressed as a black person?
I can't say that I have. I think as a whole it happens and people experience it. And at times I have experienced it, but overall, absolutely not. And definitely growing up, that was not the reality. Okay.
I can't do nothing with this. I can't do
Mhm.
nothing with
I know you
it.
can't
Cause
because
you're, cause
because
look,
you're because you
Look what
because
Ivy
you
said. Tell your fellow
because
brothers they have
your
no
because your
oppression.
reality and my reality are two different things.
No,
The
reality is reality. There's not two
no,
different realities. We're not growing up. We're not in two separate worlds. Okay.
no, it's
No,
your reality and my reality is totally different.
are the
Okay,
same reality.
it's not,
There's only
man.
one
It
reality. We
beca-
don't live in a fourth,
it's your
15th dimension.
it's and so it's your perception of things, and so
I like how you
you're
read Austin's comment.
so
But it's the
what you're
same reality. It's the same reality of the military is oppressive. The military is racist and sexist. The United States Constitution and the government is racist, sexist, misogynistic, all these things. You grew up in this
I
country.
think you, I think you kind of, I think you kind of skipping around here. You making assumptions on things
I'm
without
not
knowing the
making
whole
assumptions. I'm
picture.
making facts. There
No,
was a
no, I think you are because you try to make assumptions about me without knowing the whole picture. And then after I told you what it was, you tried to segue to something else. And so I can give you a general outline on things, and so you can get a clear picture before you want to move on to something else. And so I grew up in Chicago, regular middle class neighborhood. My parents, my dad, uh, he worked factory job, union. And my mom had a daycare, all black neighborhood. Probably had one white neighbor. Went to a regular Catholic private school, all black folks. Probably didn't go to school with white folks till my freshman year in high school. And as far as friends and stuff, it was probably when I went to the military. Okay. And so my reality was being around for the most part, people like me until I went to high school. Okay. The
um.
stuff with, you know, being somewhere for work or, getting stopped by the police in the daytime but never get stopped at night. Yeah, that kind of stuff happens.
So you got stopped by the police during the day.
That type of stuff happens, and
Do you
I
think
do
that they did
recognize
that?
what that is.
Do
You
you think
know,
that they did that because you were a black man?
as many times as I've been stopped, absolutely,
Do you think that that was racist?
absolutely.
But you didn't have any oppression. You don't think that that's oppression or not?
What did you ask me? You asked me that I
I said, have
experienced
you ever
oppression
experienced
growing up,
racism?
and I told you no. So growing up, I did not, because I was primarily in my neighborhood around people that looked like me.
That in itself is also oppression. I don't know
It's
if you fucking
not.
know this or not, but you should be able to leave your neighborhood without worrying about if you're gonna get hurt or
See,
not. The reason why
dude,
you
you're
couldn't leave your
making,
neighborhood is because you lived in the racist
d-
ass KKK
dude,
United States, son.
you're
Damn.
making assumptions again.
I'm not making assumptions. I'm
It was
making the truth, cuz.
no, you're
The
making
truth is
assumptions
that. The
again.
truth is that. You're saying that the United States is not racist is crazy. You saying that you
I
had an
didn't
all black
say that.
neighborhood.
I
That's
didn't
fucking
say that.
segregation. What are you talking about?
You are making assumptions. I did not say that.
You
So
ain't
I don't
gotta
really,
say it. I fucking know.
dude.
All black
I don't think
neighborhood is
you're. I
segregation.
don't think you're
That is
listening to
oppression.
me. I don't think you're
God,
listening to
no,
me.
son.
No, I don't think you're
Damn.
listening to me. So you talking about me not being able to leave my neighborhood? Had no problems leaving my neighborhood. Left my neighborhood all the time.
They got stopped by the police, and you calling it that you're
No,
an oppressed. Are you an
growing
oppressed?
up, we talking about me being a kid. I was in my neighborhood or I was with my parents going somewhere. Okay? I went outside my neighborhood, swim pool, downtown, all that stuff. I didn't have those problems as a kid. Some of that
Okay.
stuff I experienced as an adult once I left the city.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's that's
But like,
that's what I'm saying.
you,
Everybody's situation is different. I get where you're coming from, the country as a whole, all that stuff you're saying.
mhm.
Yes,
So the
that stuff
country's racist,
is
but your neighborhood's not racist.
And you grew up in one of the most
once
segregated cities in the
once
United
once
States.
again, you're not listening to me. I said my childhood and where I grew up in and how I grew up, I did not experience it. This is what I'm
But
telling you.
specifically Chicago, and you living in a predominantly black neighborhood
Hmm.
is due to segregation, my guy. You grew up in one of the most segregated cities in the country.
Hmm.
You're correct, but nothing was stopping us from
That's
living
oppression, dude.
elsewhere.
That's oppression.
It's not. I don't know where y'all get this
Segregation
stuff
is
from.
oppression, dude.
If
Yeah.
we are it was no segregation saying you can't live somewhere where we live. We chose to live where we live because it was close to our family.
No, 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 no. Black. I think that you're kind of you being a child during this experience. Like I didn't think that I was being oppressed when I was a youngin about certain things, but once I got grown, I was like, oh yeah, that was fucked up right there. That wasn't right there. You know, like
I-
that's not cool there. Like that is oppression. And I know that you might not realize this, but like it is that, like Terrence
So
said.
explain to me how is it how I'm oppressed if I'm growing up as a kid, I'm happy, I'm going to the park playing basketball, I'm in football, I'm in Boy Scouts, families taking vacations, I'm going to camp, going to
Hmm.
visit relatives, all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Normal stuff, just like my kids do today. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Where's the oppression part at?
Terrence, you want to talk about it? You want me to talk about it? Wait, let's find out
Go
what I'm
ahead.
saying.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, because you don't know what you don't know. That's the main thing, right? So, like, do you think that you're providing a better life for your children now than the life that you were afforded to when you were a kid? Like, do you think that they're growing up better?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
They're in a safe and environment. Me and my wife, we're in a safe town, safe neighborhood. They're doing similar activities like I did. Um,
Okay.
they getting normal opportunities,
Yeah,
you
but they're
know.
growing up better than you grew up.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
they're definitely they're definitely in a better neighborhood. And they had opportunities to, do more things. Like
You,
for example, we just came back from Disney World this week, but
I
that
got
ain't
you.
the first time they went.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Do you live in a black neighborhood now?
No, it's mixed.
Okay, that's there you go. That's the point. You live in a safe. You said your neighborhood now is safer. Your children have more access to things that you didn't have when you were a child. So that in itself proves the point of you had oppression in your life. I'm not saying that you got whooped up on every day. I'm not saying that you got hassled by the cops every day. I'm not saying none of that, but I'm saying that systemically, as a black man that grew up born in 1978 in Chicago, there's no way that you could have avoided that. And especially if you went into the military as the decision of.
So once
And you
again,
proved the point. You
you
proved the
you're
point. You said that your
you're
children had it better off.
you're making some compared to how I grew up. Yes, because even growing up in the city during that time, there was stuff that was going on. It's just I didn't experience it for the most part. Okay, but it was still a great childhood, and I had
Okay, I
all
guess
the
I'm gonna say. I guess I can
opportunities.
just say this: you don't have to, like blatantly experience oppression for you to be oppressed.
Hmm.
Okay, so explain it to me and how I was,
I'm
how
not.
I
I'm
was
not. I'm not.
oppressed.
I'm not. I'm not putting any. Like I'm. Not, I'm not assuming anything about your life. But what I'm saying is, like, even I can think back to my childhood. I didn't experience a lot of shit. Still oppressed. And you know why we're oppressed? Because we're all poor.
But
Hmm.
we wasn't poor. We was just regular middle
Dude,
class.
if you don't have, I would say, $100 million or more, you're poor.
Yeah.
Oh
You're
my
poor.
God. Come
You're
on,
poor.
dude. Stop it. Stop it.
You're
Come on.
poor.
If you
Think
don't
think
have a,
about
you
how
saying
many. Think about how much like
do you,
Jeff Bezos and those people making in 1 hour
you're at
in one
another,
day.
y'all are at another end of the spectrum, like drastic. And what you saying that if you don't have $100 million, you're poor. What? Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Well, there's that much there's that kind of economic inequalities in the system, and I'm talking about your specific life though. You said that you live in a safer neighborhood. You said
Yes.
that your children get to go do more things than you did as a kid.
Yes.
So therefore, you were oppressed as a child because
I
you weren't
wasn't.
you weren't afforded the same life that they have now. As
What?
in, your parents didn't have the economic means to sustain y'all the way that you are sustaining your children.
No, it was just a different time. My parents, they did different things compared to what I do. And so like a lot of my family, we're all better off than our parents, as it should be. Okay. And that was a different time now. Like my dad growing up, absolutely.
Why
That
do you
was a
think that your
totally
dad?
different
Why do you think
time
that your dad had it so much worse when he grew up compared to when your children grow up?
because of racism. He was born in the South.
So,
Racism, plain and
oh,
simple.
so your dad was born in the South, and y'all, and he moved. He was part of the Great Migration to Chicago.
Yes, yes,
Do you think that that's
absolutely.
oppression?
Yeah,
So you just don't want to
absolutely.
admit that you've been hurt by oppression, but
I
everybody
wasn't
else
though.
can
You
be.
got to explain to me how I was in order for me to see it. And so if I
I didn't.
had if
So,
I
so
had all
if
these
your parents had moved from
opportunities,
the South to like Winnetka or somewhere like that, that'd be different. But your parents moved to Chicago, like the city.
that's where his job was. I mean, what's the thing about that? And later, yes, we did move to the suburbs, but when he was working in the city, that's where his job
A
was.
lot of people live in the suburbs, and a lot of people work in the city live in the suburbs. So, but they couldn't afford to
Yeah,
move. They couldn't afford to directly move to the suburbs, right?
Hmm. So do you have
yeah,
family in the South, Black?
yeah. In
Is it around
Louisiana,
Birmingham
Louisiana,
too, or no?
Louisiana, Kentucky, Texas, uh, Georgia.
So, so your dad could have just stayed where he was at, right? Because he
Where?
was already around family
Where?
in Louisiana and Kentucky and stuff like
No,
that.
he
But
was a
he
kid. He
moved.
was a kid when they left.
Yeah, well, you were saying that you lived on a predominantly black neighborhood because it
Hmm.
was around family, and that in
Yeah.
itself is for redlining, segregation, and also to keep each other safe because the United States is
No,
racist as hell.
it is not because 3 blocks away is Oak Park. And if you know, Terrence, are you from Chicago?
Mm-mm.
I'm from
Okay.
No.
Alabama.
Okay. So if you know anything about Oak Park, right? You guys can Google it. very nice neighborhood, very nice schools. That's like it borders Chicago. The black people that live over there. Okay,
Yeah.
some of my mom's friends. The houses, yeah, they probably cost about 50% more, but they were living over there among white people, and it was not an issue living over there. It's nobody saying that you could not live over there. We're talking about me growing up in the 80s, where that was kind of like the cutoff for stuff like that. Okay, nothing was stopping us from moving over there if we chose to. It just costs more, you know? And we wasn't there yet at that time. And by the time we were, they decided to move out to the suburbs.
Economic oppression. So you just want to other. You just don't want to be the. You just don't want to say that shit's harmed you.
But how is it economic oppression if my dad got a job and he's working there with other folks, white, black, Hispanic. He worked there for 30 years, probably after 10. He was a manager there, just regular stuff. You waiting your time, working yourself up the ranks. My mom had a business.
Oppression. People are
How is that
oppressed.
oppression?
Working class people are oppressed. Do you know that or not?
Dude, explain to
Working
me
class.
how.
Working class people are oppressed.
Explain to me how. So like one of the things that you
Yeah.
mentioned about some of the stuff that we should have, like the social services, like healthcare.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, I was about 10, hopped over a gate, hurt my hand, cut the tendon in it, right? Ended up having two surgeries. It cost us nothing. Why? Because my dad, he was in a union. We had no hospital bills, and I had two surgeries. Obviously, that would not happen today. Okay. But back then, it cost nothing
Why wouldn't it happen today?
because healthcare has changed. They've shifted a lot of that onto the employee. And so you're paying a high insurance costs. So I think on average for a family, I mean, there's been times where, I mean, shit, 10 years ago, I was paying $700 a month, for
That's
for a family.
oppression. That's oppression. That's oppression. That's
I would
economic
prefer I,
oppression.
I would prefer not to pay it, you
Yeah,
know.
it's called economic oppression. I know that you don't like saying that you are getting screwed by the system, but you're getting screwed by the system, okay?
Okay.
That's capitalism 101.
So let me ask this question. So what
Do you
should
think
be
that
the
that's oppression or
system?
not? No, 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 no. Don't change that. Do you think that that's oppression or not?
No, I wouldn't
Okay,
call it
that's your fucking
oppression.
problem then. If you
That's
don't
not my
understand what
problem.
oppression is, you said I'd prefer not to pay it because it's wrong for you to have to pay absorbent amounts of money to get shit fixed. So when you were a kid, you get the shit fixed for no money, and now it costs a kidney to be able to get shit fixed. It costs $25,000 for the same thing that it cost when you were a kid, and you're saying it's not oppression. That's your fucking problem, is you don't understand what the difference is. You don't understand what oppression is. You don't like to conflate yourself into part of the problem of the exploited class of people. That's
I
your
think we
problem.
I think
That
we
we
have
can't change
different.
anything. We can't change anything until you realize that you, along with everybody else, is getting fucked by this current government. And some people have systemically always been getting fucked by this government, always. And your dad being one of them, you being one of them, your children being one of them because of the color of their skin. If you have a daughter, because of her gender, everybody's getting fucked to different degrees, but we're all getting fucked. And you don't know what oppression really means because you don't want to associate you with oppression, because you don't want to be like, no,
Once
no, I'm good. I'm good.
once again, you're making
Work me harder,
assumptions.
daddy. That's what you're
Once
trying to
once
do right
once
now. U.S.
again,
government, get me a little deeper.
you're making assumptions,
That's
right?
not no goddamn assumption.
You are. You
But
absolutely
he's
making
not.
assumptions.
He's not.
And so
Because I agree with him.
and so
And
you
I
riddled off
lived
like
a
you
cushy
riddled
ass
off
life,
like
dude.
3 or 4 things, and we were talking about health insurance, and you go.
He got muted for some reason.
Good. Jamie needs to come up here.
I
You,
don't think, but I don't. I truly don't think he gets it though.
that's what I'm saying. Like he don't get what oppression is. That's the problem. Like he
So
don't think that him
so
paying
so go
$1,000
ahead.
a month.
So what's the ideal situation? How should things be?
We, we can't even get there into because you can't even recognize what oppression is. But what was you gonna say, Terrence?
I wasn't going to say anything else. That was it.
Okay.
So you're not gonna tell me how things should be.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have to
Things.
agree with you. You just give me your opinion on how things should be.
Yeah, we should all come together, um, democratically, and figure out how we can help the most amount of people the fastest, and try to change the system of oppression that we have into a way that's beneficial to everyone. One thing that definitely needs to change is the way that the school system operates. Every child should have the same economic or the same
Educational opportunities.
educational opportunities that every other child. We should spend the same amount of money per child, no matter where you live at in the United States. Right? The teacher
Agree.
should
Shouldn't
be
have to send them
paid.
to the military for them to be able to afford college.
Right.
No, I think everyone should but
You think everyone
anyway,
should what? Finish that.
I agree. Everyone should have the same education. I believe everyone should have the same education. I believe everyone should have the same healthcare as well. Um and I don't think like you should like lose your house if you get sick or something. I think that if you have children, parents, they need to stay home for a significant amount of time to have time with their kids, all that.
Okay.
And I don't think
Let's
that
stop
anybody
right
should
there.
be homeless.
Let's stop right there. Was your wife able to stay home and you able to stay home when you had your children for the amount of time that you think that you should be able to?
Oh no.
Okay. Do you think that that's oppression?
No, I think it sucked, but I don't think that's
There's your
oppression. I
problem
think we
right
got
there.
and I think we got different definitions of
What
oppression.
does oppression mean to you?
Me, um, oppression to me is that uh, you're holding individual or a group down, preventing them from progressing in certain areas in
Okay.
life.
Do you think that when the U.S. government doesn't make laws that say that new parents are able to stay home with the child for, let's just say, 3 months, do you think that that's the U.S. government holding new parents down and not letting them progress in life?
No, I don't.
What the fuck are we talking about then? God damn. That's exactly your definition. That's exactly what I related to it about new parents.
No,
And now you're saying that
that's the
it's
way
not that.
that's the
What
way
the
that you
fuck is
framed
wrong
it.
with you?
That's the way that you framed it. Okay,
Okay, so how long do you think the new parents should be able to stay home
I
with their
can't
child?
hear you, Terrence.
How long should a new parent stay home with their child?
I don't know. You would my wife, she would probably be better answering that question,
No,
but
you don't. A woman
I
doesn't have to answer that. Well, you can answer that for yourself. I'm a man. I can answer it.
if
I know.
if
I know.
if
I want to stay at home at least the first year of my child.
Mm-hmm.
the reason I'd say she'd be better answering that because she's into that more than I am, but I would say a year.
So you don't raise the children,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but
Listen.
she's she's dived more into that,
but
you
you're
know.
but you're a parent too. So why don't you dive into it equally as much?
I told you, I said a year. I think a year would be
No, 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 no.
appropriate.
Just her having a birth canal doesn't mean that she's better at answering that question than you would be.
No, she has more information on it because she experienced it more. I was able to go back to work a whole lot sooner. When she had to go back to work, I don't think she was necessarily ready, and I think she definitely needed to spend some more,
Were you ready to
time
go
at
back to
home.
work?
Me, no. Mm-mm.
So those countries that have parental leave for like a year for regardless of gender,
I know
you
all
would
about it, dude. I lived in
okay. So you'd
Germany,
agree
and
that
so I know how it works. Yes,
so it's oppression, right then?
it's not
Because
oppression.
it is because if we're limited to 3 months here,
I
because some
so
arbitrary capitalism, dude.
so
Capitalism is oppression.
I think we get into
Capitalism is
like
oppression,
a
dude.
semantics.
Mm.
And
No,
yes,
your definition of oppression
but
is
I
directly what we're talking about in that. You just don't.
so
He gave the definition of oppression, and I agreed with it enough. And
so
what you
should
describing, saying that you had to go back to work and your wife had to go back to work, is the definition that you gave of oppression.
me going back to work is that where I work, you got a certain workload. I have a team, right? And
I don't
so,
want. I'm not talking about your fucking job. I asked you, or Terrence asked you, if you had to go back to work too quick, and you were like, "Yeah, I didn't want to go back to work yet."
right.
And so your definition of oppression was a group of people or a person upholding another group of people where they couldn't progress in society and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. But
Okay,
that
so
thing is not preventing
so your
people from
job was
progressing.
preventing you from progressing in society with your child, giving them love, nurturing, changing
Dude,
diapers, doing all this
dude,
types of stuff.
that's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. All right. That's one area of life. Okay. Yes, I
Yeah,
would like to stay home longer, but company policy did not allow that. And so I had to go back. I think
that's
I got three
oppression.
months. I got 3 months. And then I had to go back.
And those 3 months is because of the workload. Because I'm going to assume that there was no one else to do that workload for you.
I'm sorry.
Therefore,
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
those 3 months was because you had to go back because of the workload. These are your words, right?
No,
Um,
that was the policy. That was the amount of time
so
we
the
could take
policy in
off.
itself is oppression because it goes back to capitalism, my guy.
We we're not gonna agree on that
You don't
that
think
topic.
you don't think capitalism is oppression?
Um I think the in its current form now, yes, it is.
And it we've
Which way
had
was it not?
which way was it not?
Um it was better when we had more unions in the country, when more people had pensions, when you could support a family
What was the
on
year? What
one
was the
income.
year? What was the year that
I
the
would say I would say 60 to 50
60?
50 to 80. Yeah,
50 to 80?
1950 to 80.
You talking about when black folks couldn't vote or ride in the
Right.
front of the bus? You
I'm
talking about
not
that time?
talking
You talking about
I'm
the
not talking
1950?
I'm not talking about anything that has to do with color. I'm talking about the policy as far as capitalism and how things work in the
Mhm.
country.
You think
That's what I'm talking
you
about.
think black people win in capitalism, my guy?
Um, some, yes, not all.
What do you
And
so
it should be more, and it should be a even playing field. And like I said, the capitalism we have now and what we had in the past is changed significantly.
But in the past, not only did black people not win within capitalism, black people shut up because of the system because we were what's that word, Jeff? Oppressed.
Mhm. And you do realize that the union itself is like a socialist policy, right? Like it's
Yes,
anti-capitalist. Like a union is anti-capitalist.
I get that. Yes. And that's why I said the way it worked then and the way it is now is totally different. And I named off the things like back then you had unions, health benefits were better. One thing I didn't mention, but yeah, education was totally cheaper back then. You could support a family on one income. Those things were different. It's not like that now. They shifted off of pensions. Now you got to have 401k. Health insurance is higher. Education is out of control for a lot of people that are having kids. By the time they're done paying their student loans off, They're probably co-signing on their kids' student loans, and so that is what's changed. And yes, the wealth gap between rich and poor is getting wider, and so that stuff does need to change. Are we
Do
at
you
least
like?
in agreement about that
It's
somewhat?
like we're halfway there.
It's like we just
Okay,
don't want to
and
admit all of it.
right, and so that's the thing. We're not gonna agree on the stuff 100%. I recognize some of the stuff that needs to change and what the problem is. It's just that my perception of the world is different from y'all's. Okay, I think we agree on a lot of the same stuff. I just think our perception is different because I grew up different from you. You grew up different from me, Terrence. You grew up different from me.
Right. And
Okay,
I probably of the three of us, I probably grew up the best, but how am I seeing eye to eye with Jeff?
because your perception of it is different.
No, it's not my perception, it's because I decolonized and I unpacked.
No, once again, that is your opinion and that is your perception of things. Okay. I can recognize, like, I didn't say I don't recognize racism, the things that happen, the things I experience. But when you ask me specific questions, like we were talking about my childhood, you try to make the assumption on how I grew up without asking questions. And so I had to tell him. And so when I say I did not experience those things as a child, that's exactly what it means. Now, when I experienced them as an adult, I said that I experienced this stuff as an adult.
And
Okay.
what I'm telling you is, again, I grew up of the three of us. I know I can guarantee you, I grew up the best. Still levels of oppression in the way I grew up, and Jeff doesn't have to know anything about the way I grew up for him to know that oppression existed in the way I grew up, because oppression exists within the system. The system doesn't function without oppression, dude.
So how would you have not been oppressed?
There's no way not to be oppressed. The system is set up with inequality in mind,
So
and
who do you
you
think
can't.
so who do you think is not being oppressed?
The only way I would have been less oppressed if both my parents were white.
Yeah, and even then, still oppression. The only people that aren't being oppressed are the 1%, the ruling class. If you're working
Really?
class, if you're working class, do you know what working class means?
I'm part of it. Yep.
You're getting oppressed.
Anybody working class is oppressed. If you have to work to live, you are oppressed.
Mhm.
Ah, oh, okay.
Now
You
you're
y'all
there.
serious about that? So if you are a doctor, right, that's going in and saving lives every day, you are being oppressed.
Yeah, didn't you say something about education being too expensive?
You didn't answer my question. I said
Did
if
you
you are a doctor,
that's the answer, right? Because they're in high debt because medical school is more expensive than it should be because of capitalism.
dude, nobody gives a shit about that. Their debt. They're going to go work somewhere, and that hospital is going to pay the majority of their debt off.
No, no,
That's not how the system
that's
Yes,
not
works
how that works, my guy.
at
dude.
all.
No, 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 that's not how that works, dude. Do you know the number one indicator of someone that becomes a doctor?
I work with these people. I have family members that are doctors.
So do
I just
I.
had a cousin,
Um,
she has an oral surgeon. Place
Oh
she worked
yeah.
for was paying a significant amount of her tuition that she incurred
Don't
while
let
she
him
was in
whisper you down,
school.
Black. You're not
Oh,
oppressed, man. Don't listen to this bullshit, man. This guy's not oppressed. Stop.
but yes, the shit's high. Okay. But they are going and helping people out every day, which is a need for society. Okay. How?
okay, so your cousin that's a dental surgeon, can she take off for like just 2 years of work, 2 years, and just travel around the world and not work?
Hell no.
She's oppressed. She needs to work for a wage. If you have to work for a wage, you are definitionally oppressed. If you can make $304,000 a year, but if you have to do that work and get that wage, you are oppressed, my guy.
This guy's
You
not
you
oppressed. This guy's
you're
not
you're
oppressed at all.
you- you're forgetting that whole part about if she's not there to do the job, right? That there are gonna be people that suffer. And that's why she can't take the 2 years off. Because
Yeah, that's
while yes, it's a job, it's also a responsibility.
Aren't there other dentists though?
This would apply to everybody because they're all in the
Um,
same boat, right? So
if
they
I want
all
to,
can't do that.
if I want to take a year off, 2 years off, and go, I don't
You're
give a
not
fuck.
oppressed, dude.
If I want
You've
to
been
sit on my
fed
couch,
misinformation your whole.
Jamie, I'm not talking to you. We'll get to you next, my guy. Since you are busting at the seams. If I want to take 2 years off and sit on my fucking couch, I'm not worried about who's doing the work.
You've got a fucking poodle in your fucking.
That makes no
Correction. It's a golden doodle. It's a mixture.
that makes no sense whatsoever. And
Whatever
hold
the
so
fuck it is.
hold on, Black. It makes sense, but good Lord, we've been talking to you for a hot minute. Serene, what's up?
I can go after Jamie, but let me just say this.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is that oppression is not a state of mind. And too many of you have been propagandized to such a degree that you think earning 100K, 150K, 200K is somehow getting you out of the scope of oppression. And that's not the case. Oppression isn't weakness. It's not a state of mind. It's not a victim complex. It's the way in which systems have been constructed since the beginning of time.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely
Horse
ridiculous.
shit.
It is
Horse
absolutely
shit.
ridiculous. Shut the fuck up. It's absolutely ridiculous that a black man for the past hour, for the past hour, has sat up here and acted like what's oppression? Because you personally weren't called the N-word when you grew up, everything was peachy fucking keen for everyone? Please be serious. Look at the world and reality outside of
You
your
guys
very
calling.
narrow outside of your very narrow and ridiculous and misinformed and frankly ignorant understanding. But that's what propaganda does. That's why we are where we are. Is because people have been fed just the most enormous, the most egregious, the most absolutely preposterous bullshit that can exist. And then you have a black man who our ancestors are rolling in the grave to hear you because you think oppression is a mindset. And my parents did well, and they grew up during Jim Crow. Are you okay? What the fuck is like? This is ridiculous.
you're
This
making a
is
lot
so.
of
This is
assumptions.
so. It's not an
No,
assumption.
she's
They
ignorant
grew
as
up
fuck.
during Jim Crow. That is not something we can sit up here and debate. There are things that are true. And just because you made some fucking money,
You wasn't
because you went
listening,
to
and
the military,
I
which
never
again,
said I never
the
said I had a bunch of
military
money.
literally preys on black and brown men and women who don't have other options. All of this is so widely available to you if you gave a shit about something outside of yourself, but you don't because you made a little bit of money. It's
You're
so
making a
it's just
lot of assumptions.
it is disgraceful. It's not
You're
necessarily
making a
again
lot of assumptions.
history is not an assumption. I don't know what you think this is.
No,
Reality
you're
is
making a
not
lot of
an assumption.
assumptions.
I don't know what you think this is. Your parents grew up during Jim Crow. That's not a fucking assumption.
I
You are
said that you weren't
you are
listening.
an
You weren't.
embarrassment. You are an embarrassment, and you can be fucking quiet. You've been talking for an hour about I mean, I get well, me specifically. Look up the word solipsism and learn something. The world doesn't revolve around black one. I mean, absurd. Just categorically, I mean,
Black women
just
always doing labor. I
beyond.
swear.
I'm
Do,
surprised.
do we get it now? Let's just move on to James. Since Jamie's busting at the seams.
Yeah, Jamie's been busting at the seams. I appreciate that, Serene, but that's definitely the case. I mean, like, for an hour, just oppression's not real anymore because it didn't directly happen to you. You didn't get kicked in the face. It's crazy.
Y'all are making assumptions, and that's what you've been doing
That's
the
not
whole
an
time.
assumption.
You don't ask
So
questions. You
update
don't
the
ask
program.
questions. You make
Update the
assumptions,
program.
and you
Update the
don't know what
program.
you're talking
Assumption.
about.
It's an assumption. You
Like, I
sound
wouldn't make
absolutely
no
empty
assumptions
skulled.
about
You
you because
sound
I
like
don't
an
know you.
empty skulled drone. You sound like the propaganda machine. You make an assumption. You're making an assumption. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And you sound
Your
like a
parents, your
self-victimized
Ask
cunt.
parents
questions.
literally grew up during Jim Crow. That's not an assumption.
Ask questions.
That is not an assumption. If
Ask
your parents, I
questions
don't need to
so you
ask
get a
shit.
better
I've
understanding.
heard you speak for the last hour. What do I have to ask you? I already know how misguided you are. I already know that you were rife and full of complete misinformation and quite frankly, a lot of self-hate, but that's a completely
So
different
I'll make
conversation.
assumptions about you
There's
too.
no reason for
I'll
you
make
to sound the
assumptions
way
about
that
you
you sound.
too.
Say something else. No one cares about assumptions. This is not an assumption. We're talking about history. We're talking about facts. Say something else. You sound absolutely
You
lunatic.
you sound like a
fucking goof troop.
narcissist.
He is a narcissist.
Because
You
I know
sound like a
history.
He's a
narcissist.
I'm a
stupid bitch, man.
narcissist.
Hey,
I'll
You
be
sound
Jamie,
like a
whatever the
real
fuck
quick.
you want. I
narcissist.
don't
Hold
give
on,
a
Black.
fuck. I
Hold
don't
on,
give a
Black.
shit.
All right, my bad, my
Absolutely.
bad. I
I'll be
won't
whatever the
curse
fuck you
anymore. I won't
want.
curse
I could be
You want to
every
know why you
expletive
sound like
under
a
the fucking sun.
narcissist?
I don't give
Because
a
these
shit.
are the
History is
conversations
not
that you would not
history
have
is
with
not up
people
for
if
fucking
you were
debate.
face to
And the
face.
reason why history isn't up for debate, and the reason why we are where we are now in this administration is because y'all think the shit is fucking peachy keen and shit that happened in history didn't actually fucking happen. That's the reason why we are where we are. Talking, it's an assumption, it's an assumption. Do
These
you
are the
hear yourself?
conversations.
Do
You
you
would not talk that way if we were in the
do
same
you
room
hear
face to
yourself?
face.
Do you?
You would
Oh, I'm sure I
you
wouldn't, because I know you're abusive to women. So I don't even need to. We don't even need to
absolutely
go. We
not.
don't even need to go down that fucking road.
Absolutely
You,
not.
of course, I wouldn't,
But
because you're abusive to women. Why would you say that
Absolutely
then if not?
not.
Why would you
yeah,
say that
I
then if
have to
not?
point this out. I have
Why
Because
to
would you
point this
say
out
that
people
if not?
because
Interesting.
because
you didn't
Thank you
talk to
so
people
Jeff
much
that
and
for
I.
talk
proving a point. It's amazing.
You didn't talk
yeah,
to Jeff and I the way you're talking to Serene. So that lets me know how you talk to women.
yeah. And so, Blackface, Black One, why do you think that she wouldn't talk to you face to face like that?
I don't think none of y'all would, because anytime I've had these conversations while I've been traveling for work, sitting in the airport, or I've been at a hospital having these types of conversations, it don't get like this when it's face to face.
Well,
I
you
would
just
talk.
ain't.
I would talk to you the same way, dude.
Yeah, you just
Okay?
ain't come across me like that. Because trust me, I mean, I've been on live having conversations with just strangers, and just, I mean,
I'm talking about
I give them the
face
smoke when
to
they need the smoke.
face. I'm talking about
No,
face to
I'm talking about
face.
I'll be on live and have a conversation with somebody in person and give them the business because they're on some fucked up stuff, and that just is what it is. Now, at the end of the day, like I said, you keep on saying, ask questions stuff. We don't need to ask questions. We understand the things of that because we're educated people. That's the difference. And there's
Oh
it's
my
not even a
God,
debate on
Wow.
history.
dude, you got to be kidding me.
Wow. Did you just say
Educated my
that?
ass. You
Did
got
you just say that?
Yeah, I just said that.
You just
Your
say
your
that you
parents
don't need
grew
to
up.
ask questions because you're educated.
Your parents grew up under Jim Crow. That's a fact.
No, what you just said. You said that you don't need to
No.
ask questions because you're educated.
I don't need to ask you if your parents grew
You
up under
We
got
Jim
it,
heard you.
bro.
Crow.
We
You
heard
got
you
it.
Hey, hold the
go
line,
at
Black.
the
You
Hold the
most
line, bro.
got it,
absolute
Listen,
bro.
Hold the line,
vitriolic,
Black. Don't let
ridiculous,
don't
You
let him
got
get
it,
you to the
bro.
sunken
immature
place.
You got it, bro.
propaganda, and you want to sit here and talk about
Hey,
asking
these are the
questions?
exact
Why do we
people
have
that
to ask
Malcolm X
any
warned you
questions if
about,
we
Black.
heard you for the past hour say a
and
whole
you
bunch of shit that's not historically factual
And,
or
and
accurate?
host,
Why
your
would we?
girl here,
Why would we even
she's a
waste
straight
our
narcissist.
fucking
Black. That's not a
time?
girl. That's not a girl. Black.
That's a woman.
Waste our fucking time asking any questions when you've already laid out exactly how you feel for the past hour. At this point, if you had a modicum of sense,
Serene's been told by Big Mom and everybody else that white people are her problem.
That's literally
Jamie, that's not even the
ridiculous,
conversation
Jamie.
we're having here, dude.
Like, what are we? Do you need a
You're not oppressed, Serene. You're not
Do you need to
oppressed.
catch
Jamie,
up? What's going on?
Jamie, do you have a net worth of $100
La La
million?
Land, huh? Jamie needs attention. I know Jamie. Honestly,
Jamie, do you have a net worth of $100 million?
We
Jamie?
really needed to get to
so
Jamie.
full of it.
I did.
You're sitting here.
I kept
You're
going.
sitting here talking about
on black.
Jamie.
For a long time.
Jamie.
But see, this is what happens when you listen to a black man talk about how oppression isn't a real thing for an hour.
He said he wasn't oppressed. He's not oppressed. How you going to tell him how he feels?
This is the byproduct. Exactly, Jamie. It's not a fucking feeling, genius.
It's not a feeling,
my
guy.
fucking feeling, genius. It's fucking exactly. What the fuck
now
is
you're
wrong
just
with
making
y'all?
excuses.
What the fuck
You don't
is
want
wrong
accountability.
with
You
y'all?
want.
Shut the fuck up.
No, you know what this is? This is
We don't care, Black. It's not a feeling.
Hey, hold the line,
it's
Black.
not
Don't let.
victimhood. It's not a feeling. It's not up for debate. History is not up to be debated. Come on. What the
Tell
fuck
us,
is
Serene,
going
how you're
on?
oppressed. Tell us, Serene, how you're so oppressed.
I don't need to tell you. I don't need to talk about myself personally. I'm not black. I don't have to sit down here and talk about how my parents did so well. I was actually economically privileged growing up and still are.
Then stop spewing this stupid bullshit.
That has nothing to do. Exactly, Jamie, because you don't understand how to look at something beyond yourself and beyond your own personal experience. Just like Black down here, you think that just because you have a little bit of money or because you have a little bit of success,
I don't have any
there
money.
isn't systemic oppression that oppresses entire swaths and communities and marginalized groups. You guys sound like utter fucking failures. You sound like absolutely like intelligently just inept human beings.
No,
like,
Serene, no, we're just not
Jamie
making
say he doesn't
excuses
have any
for
money?
our
it is so absolutely beyond the pale. And you're still fighting it.
Did Jamie just say he didn't have any money?
He didn't feel oppressed. It's not a feeling. Oppression is not a feeling. Can we start fucking there? Black has literally been sitting here arguing the fact that he doesn't understand a definition. Oppression isn't a feeling. It's not victimhood. It's not weakness. There are systems put in place since the beginning of fucking time. And we see them continue to play out today. You can continue to try to come off mute. I'm going to continue to mute you as I continue to fucking read you for Phil. It doesn't fucking matter. You either listen and learn something or you can fucking drop. Like, what are you doing? What is this? You don't give a fuck. You just wanna argue. And Terrence got, the Bama got the but I came up here with a little bit of fire, a little bit of vigor, talking the truth and facts. And now I'm a narcissist.
You came up
because I reference history? Because I know what the fuck I'm talking about? Because I actually have read a book about something that isn't the 48 laws of fucking manipulation?
You don't know what the fuck
By
you're
the
talking
way, Bama, this is why I don't come up on fucking panels. Because this, like, what are y'all, like, what is really the matter?
I'm surprised you've been here this long. I ain't gonna hold you.
What is the matter?
about. Homegirl dropped nothing but fucking ignorance this whole time.
Jamie.
It's not
Yeah,
nothing
Jamie.
I bet,
Hey,
Jamie.
Jamie.
I bet it was
What's your-
ignorance. You sound like you really know what some fucking
Jamie.
Yeah, I
smarts
sure
are,
do,
Jamie.
homegirl.
You sound like you know what some smarts
Jamie.
are. Go ahead, Jamie. Take it away.
And now you're
Listen,
showing
man,
my
you guys have been
the
sitting
black
here talking
woman.
about the stupidest shit in the world. This is the greatest country in the world. I don't care what you don't get that you feel like you deserve. If you want something, you go out and you fucking get it. You don't rely on the government to give you anything. You don't rely on rich people to give you anything. You get your ass up, you go to work, and you do it. Okay?
Okay, Jamie.
This
Jamie.
whole like,
Jamie.
I'm
Take it
oppressed
down,
bullshit.
darling.
You're not oppressed.
Sweetheart.
You haven't been oppressed since
Sweetie,
the late
take it down a little bit.
early 70s. My God, man. Wake
Jamie.
the fuck up. You have not lived a day under
Jamie, I
Jim
wasn't
Crow
born
and
in the
slavery.
70s, my
But to
sweetheart.
hear you tell it, you was a fucking in a cotton field yesterday. Like, give me a fucking break. Nobody.
Jamie, Jamie, you are.
That's enough of that bullshit.
Jamie.
Jamie, did you say you have money or you didn't? You said you had
No,
no
I
money.
don't have any fucking money. I'm not rich. I got a house.
Hey, Jamie,
I got a.
Shut
Hey,
the
but you know
fuck
what?
up.
I make sure I get up every.
Shut up, Jamie. Quit
I can't.
hollering
I
at your
can't mute him, unfortunately.
wipe your fucking phone off with all that slobber you just put on it.
I ain't putting no
Okay.
slobber on my phone. Stop making
Jamie,
assumptions.
Jamie, here's the thing, babe. You're oppressed.
Assumption is the word of the
You're
night. That's
oppressed,
amazing.
Jamie.
Yeah. So Jamie,
Absolutely
you're
not oppressed. But you know
Jamie.
what I have that you guys don't? Accountability.
Jamie, I make more than you. I'm pretty sure you can divide what you make into
I
me.
definitely make more than you.
And
Prove it
Me
to
I
me.
too.
recognize that
Definitely.
we live in
Prove it.
a
You
Let's go
can't
port
capitalist
for
prove
system.
port. You want to go port for port? You don't want to go port for port. That's
Jamie,
okay. I know.
Jamie, and what I'm saying to you is ultimately we agree that we're all the same in a way, but you don't realize at your broke level that you're oppressed, and I realize at my
You
non-broke
just
level,
said you were oppressed, so you're broke too then.
right?
No.
That's
Oppression's
the
not
point,
only
Jamie.
money.
That's the point, Jamie. Do you get it now?
But you guys can't wrestle me down like you did Black. I promise you that.
No, I'm trying to make. We're trying to make you understand,
Yeah.
You better come with some fucking facts then, because what y'all are
Jamie.
spewing
That's
right
the
now
fact.
is
Jamie,
It doesn't
Jamie.
matter how much money
it's
I have,
absolute
Jamie.
horseshit, and you know better than this. You know better than this, Alabama fella. You know better than this.
Why does he know
You were
better
Where
than
you
sitting
that?
here.
from?
You were
He's
sitting here
speaking to you, white
stroking this
man to white
bullshit,
man.
telling
He's
these
speaking to
people
you,
they're
white man to
oppressed.
white man,
Then they
Bama.
would go
You
out
know better
making
than this,
every
Bama.
white
White man,
people,
white
all
You
they
do
man.
want to
better.
do is oppress
You
these
know better
people.
than
Let me
this.
tell you,
You not
white people
oppressed.
do
You white.
not give a
We
fuck what
white.
you are
You
doing.
not
We are
oppressed.
out here living our lives, taking care of our families. Oh, big catcher there, right? And fucking doing what we need to do to make sure we
Wait,
keep
go
our head
back,
above
go
water.
back, go back.
We don't listen. We're not worried about what the fuck happened in the 1860s, okay? You need to let that shit go. You didn't
Jamie,
experience it, and it
Jamie,
didn't
did we bring
affect
up the
you. So
1860s?
stop it. Stop with
He
this
brought up Jim Crow.
self-victimization
We
bullshit.
He brought up
Alabama,
Jim
stop
Crow
fucking
and then
feeding
brought
this
up the
bullshit. These
1860s. So
people are
what is it?
not fucking
Is it
oppressed.
Jim
You
Crow
are
or
not
is it
their
the
savior. You're not their fucking
1860s?
savior. You're just some white guy from down in
Or
Alabama
is it the
who's trying to
crab
get some
hat?
Alabama,
clout from people of
roll
Or
color
is
and
it
tide,
women because you want to be
or
liked.
is
I mean, this
it
is fucking
what
ridiculous, man.
is
roll
it?
tide,
You got to
war
be fucking
eagle,
kidding me, man.
go
He
Hey
brought
This
up
is
Jamie.
a
Jim
bunch of
Crow,
horseshit.
but
Do
then
you get up every day and go to work, Alabama fella?
1860.
Do you get up and go to work? Aren't you
This
glad you
is
live in a country
just
where you
so
can go to work and make some money to
disgraceful.
take care of yourself?
Jamie. We
Lord.
all agree to those. We agree to those things, Jamie. You're missing the point, the bigger picture.
No, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, woe is you, because you want free shit, because
I don't want
you
anything
want
Jamie.
to be
free,
given
Jamie.
everything.
Jamie,
Jamie,
let me
I don't
talk to
Absolutely
want
you.
not.
anything
Hold on,
free.
Absolutely
Jamie.
not. That's not the way this
Jamie.
country was founded. That's not
Jamie.
the way it worked.
Jamie.
Either you
You can't just keep hollering into your phone and have the fucking conversation, okay? If you want to have a conversation, let's have a conversation. Are you a blue collar worker? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm a blue collar worker. Are you white like me?
You see my picture, don't you?
Definitely. White man to
Okay.
white man.
Okay, white man to white man. Blue collar worker to blue collar worker. Do you say things like, the boss man makes $1 and I make a dime? That's why I shit on company time.
I've heard that before. I've never said it personally, no.
You think it's funny though? Like that's what we do, right? Like fuck it, the boss man
Most
making
of the
all
time,
the money.
most of the time, the boss man is just an employee like we are.
Not that boss man, the fucking big dog, the big wigs.
You talking about corporate?
Yeah, because they're not out there working like us, right?
I
And
ain't
they
never
make-
worked. I've never worked for no one broke, dude. I have never had a job for a broke man before in my life.
So you had a job for some rich men.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah.
That's
And
pretty
you-
much what runs this country is rich people. That's
No,
capitalism.
No, it's not.
I bet it's because you get up every day.
has
Wait,
given
wait,
each
wait.
of you
Jamie,
the
Jamie,
ability-
Jamie,
I'm not yelling. I'm not
Jamie,
yelling, man.
you getting off topic here, Jamie. What runs this country is you get up every morning and put them fucking boots on, right?
Right.
So which one is it? Is it me and you putting our fucking boots on, or is it rich people running the country? Which one makes the country go round?
They go hand in hand, man.
No, the fuck
Jamie.
they don't.
If
Because if we
everybody
didn't
stayed
get
at
up and go to
home,
work, there wouldn't
if
be a
everybody
fucking
stayed at
nothing.
home, the rich people don't make
But
money.
then, but no one's going to come and say, "Hey, we understand you didn't want to go to work. We're just going to give you a house, and a car,
Don't
and
change
all
the
these great
fucking
things." to
subject,
do."
Jamie.
Focus.
Don't
Nothing comes
focus,
from nothing.
right?
Free stuff doesn't come from nothing. Man.
We're not talking about free stuff. We're talking about getting up and going to work. We're talking about putting our boots on. We're talking about making $1. We're talking about that. So we make it happen. the blue collar workers, the guys that clock in and out every day, right?
Yeah, right. Along with
Right.
the white, hey, let's not forget white collar workers, and let's not forget everybody else in the fields that's not necessarily blue collar workers.
Jamie, I've been a white collar worker my entire adult life. We don't make the world go around, Jamie. Like the work that I do, the world can still go on without the work that I do.
Yeah. So again, so we're talking about the labor. Well, that's what you were trying to equate to. So working class, right? Like Serene said, working class people make the world go round, right? Workers. If the boss man, like what you said, he's out there with y'all too. He's working.
But Alabama,
right?
you're getting off because you're saying we make the world go round, but we wouldn't have that opportunity if that company wasn't there for us to work. So
Okay, but no. The work is still there. Like I own a company. I own an electrical company. The work is there. Just because it's under one company or another company doesn't mean that the work's not there. All the houses still need to be wired up, right or wrong.
yeah, they got to be wired up.
Okay, so it don't matter what company does. It don't even matter if it is a company. Somebody can just call me out of the blue and say, "Hey, Alabama fella, can you wire my house?" And I can just show up and wire their house. Under no company, the work is still there, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so that being the case, it's working class folks that get the work done. It's not a company. It's not the rich people. You've only ever worked for rich people because you've only ever worked under capitalism. But if you,
Capitalism's a good thing.
Huh?
Capitalism is a good thing.
No,
without
capitalism is not a
capitalism, this
good thing.
wouldn't
We're
be
defining
the
this
most
right
powerful
now.
country that it is. Without capitalism, you wouldn't have the chance to buy your own house or buy your own car. Dude, you know what? Alabama, you know what I'm saying is true, man. If capitalism didn't exist and it was all communism or socialism, then people that didn't work as hard as you did would have the same things you have. And that's not right. If you don't put in the work and effort, you don't get what everybody else has. That's the way life is.
Did you inherit
I'm
anything,
sorry
Jamie?
to rain on you guys.
Jamie, did you inherit a house or any land?
No.
Okay, do you know somebody else that did?
Yes.
Do you think it was fair that they got to inherit it?
I mean, that's what their family wanted to do. They wanted to give it to them. It's not just white people that get that. Black people get inherited.
I didn't say nothing about race.
I'm just saying. I mean, don't make it seem like it's just us. You know, everybody inherits things from their family. Family wanted to keep things in family. My dad's got like a $550,000 house with a pond in the backyard, a pool, and a jacuzzi. And he'll probably end up selling it. He ain't going to give that shit to me. I mean, it's not like that everywhere, Alabama. People don't just go give them houses to fucking their children all the time. You know, sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't.
Jamie. Yes, people do, because wealthy people, they give their kids money off the books, which allows
whether
them
it's
to buy
fair or
homes.
not, middle class builds through the bank. If you don't come from a golden spoon or a silver spoon in your mouth, you build your wealth through the bank. You go to the bank and you say, hey, if you give me this much money to get this, I'll pay it back on time. And that's how the middle class builds their wealth.
And Jamie, the fact that you have to build your wealth through a bank is
where's the money going to come from?
What's that word we've been using, Jeff, all night?
Oppression.
Yeah, my guy.
I'll take oppression for 800.
Oppression, Jamie.
Yeah, it's oppression.
Jamie.
I know you can go to bed upset tonight, Jamie. What state are you in, Jamie? I was trying to make a connection with him too, man.
We trying. We trying.
Would have been able to if I hadn't gone before you. To be honest, I really rattled Jamie.
No,
I'm not sorry about it. But you would have been able to really get through to him, I think. But
you didn't rattle me at all.
Jamie, what state are you in, my guy? Jameson, what state are you in, darling?
I'm in North Carolina.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I mean, we
Appalachia, Jamie. Appalachia in the western part of your state.
I don't live in that part of the
I'm
state.
not saying you. I'm not saying that you do. Okay, in the conversation, Jamie, for it to work, you have to decenter yourself.
All right, 10-4. 10-4.
Because that was the problem that Black had. Black had was he was centering himself, and he's not seeing the macro.
He
You
told
only
you guys, he said, I don't feel oppressed.
right,
You guys
Jamie,
wrestled
Jamie,
him
It's
down
not a
Jamie.
and
It's not a
tried to
feeling.
feeling.
make him feel the way
Oppression
he
is
wanted
not
Jamie,
a
him to feel.
feeling,
And that
Jamie.
was
Jamie.
It's not
wrong.
a
We're not going
feeling.
to argue definitions of words. We've been over this already, Jamie.
It's
I
not a
know you don't like
feeling.
the sound of my voice and hearing me, but it's not a feeling.
I love
So
the
it
sound
doesn't
of your
matter
voice.
what
By
he.
the way,
Thank you.
you should sound to read
Thank you so
audiobooks. I
much,
would buy
Terrence.
them.
But it's not a feeling, okay? So it doesn't matter how he felt. His parents were born in Jim Crow. And because of that, there were certain things that he, by definition, were
Just couldn't.
oppressed under. There's no way he didn't have to feel it. There's a lot of kids that grew up poor, and because of the way that their parents, treated them and made small things big, didn't realize they were poor till they got older. It doesn't mean they weren't poor. It was the reality of the situation. So we're not going to argue definitions. That's remedial. That's elementary. We don't have to do that.
If a kid grows up poor, it's his parents' fault. Parents are supposed to take care of their kids. They're supposed to get up, go to work, make sure they have all the things they need to succeed in life. And if they don't, then they're the failures. It's not the kid. The kid's
So
not.
Jamie, so Jamie,
Jamie.
if you work hard all your life and you don't become a millionaire, you're a failure.
No,
Yeah.
not necessarily. Not
Wait.
That's
necessarily.
what you just said, though,
Jamie, do
Jamie.
you have kids?
Yes, I do.
You're a fucking failure because you said you were broke earlier.
I said I wasn't rich. I mean, I live check to check. You know what I'm saying? That's me.
Jamie, the fact that
I
you live
take care of
check to
my
check,
kid though. I take
the,
care of my kid. My
Jamie, the
kid
fact
doesn't
that
go
you live
without.
check to
My
check
kid
is
has
oppression, my
clothes,
guy.
shoes, anything she needs, she gets.
But Jamie, the fact that you live check to check is oppression.
No, it's not. No,
It
it's not
is.
because I didn't go to college. I
It
didn't apply myself.
is.
When I was younger, all I wanted to do was drink, party, have a great time, be on the scene. I wasn't
Jamie,
putting in that extra
okay,
work.
Jamie, can
You
I
got
tell
to
you
put in the
something?
work to get the
But no,
benefits.
Jamie, can I
Nobody.
tell you something?
No,
There are some people that go to college that still live check to check, my guy.
correct. Many people.
There are people making over six figures that live check to check, Jamie.
Absolutely.
You see,
Because they're living beyond their means.
no,
They're living
Jamie,
beyond
No,
their means.
because
Oh, yes,
there
it
is
is.
no.
not
Oh,
a
yes, it is. And
no. Because we are not paid a livable wage in this country. Too many people are near or below the poverty line because there isn't a living wage. Because the cap of
it is
billions
not
does
how.
not exist. That is the reason why. You coming off mute to try to interrupt me isn't gonna work. I promise we've been over this already, Jamie. There isn't a living wage,
Jamie,
and that
respect
is
the
why
woman.
so many people are economically oppressed, Jamie. Not because they didn't go to school, not because they went to school, not because they picked the wrong major. It's because we live in late stage capitalism, and capitalism feeds on the labor of exploited people. That's what it is. That it's very simple. That is what it is. It's not because you weren't smart enough, you weren't good enough, you weren't special enough, you weren't born to the right people. If you're not in the ruling class, if you're not the 1%, it's not working for you. There's some people that are more comfortable than others. I'm very comfortable, but I don't argue on behalf of myself. In some ways I do. I'm a woman, so I have to argue on behalf of myself. I'm black, so I argue on behalf of myself and that. But economically, I'm doing really well. But the majority of the world isn't, and that's fucking terrible. Why is that okay? It's oppression.
And the same thing with me, Jamie. Like I said, I'm a straight white fella, and I'm
Listen.
economically doing
Capitalism
great.
is great because it says if
Well,
I
we
want to
don't
get
have
up
to
and I
straight,
want to go
bro.
do the best that I can and make as much money as I can, there's no cap on it. And there's plenty of people, plenty of stories like that, Alabama.
Jamie, listen to me, brother. Listen to me. Then why aren't you doing it? If there's nothing
Brother,
Because
stopping
I have
you,
not put in the time and the work and the effort that those people did. Those
Or
people deserve it
no, you
because
said you could
they
just go
put in
do it.
the hard
You
work
said
and
you could
extra
just go
effort.
do it. You said there's nothing stopping you from going and making as much money as you can under capitalism.
Exactly, as long as you're willing to apply yourself.
But you're waiting on a check.
Jamie,
You
you're
Jamie.
trying
waiting on
too hard,
Friday's
brother.
check.
This is
You're
what
trying too hard.
this is fine with my life. I'm fine with
Jamie.
just being a
Jamie,
blue
shut
collar
up.
worker, going
Jamie.
making enough to take care of my kid, paying the bills, and getting by. If I really wanted that, I would have tried to get in med school or law school or do something that would have paid
No,
me
you're
more
not
than a
smart
blue
enough to
collar
do none of
job.
that
And
shit.
it's not how much money you make; it's what you do with it. It's
You
what
you
you
would
Jamie.
you would
Jamie.
flunk out anything that made you be there
what.
at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm sure you would never make it in any type of law school or med school or none of that shit. So don't say that you would go do that because you fucking can't do that, and you don't have the
Man,
economic
you better
means,
stop hating on my
and you
homeboy.
don't have the connections because did either one of your parents graduate college?
Don't
I
be
can bet
no, no, you ain't going.
Dude, my dad was a Class
My
A
homeboy
lineman. He
Jamie,
worked
bro.
for 38 years. He worked his ass off, man. He worked his ass
Exactly.
off. He
Did he ever? Yeah,
he bought 30 acres of land,
yeah.
paid it off through the bank.
That's pretty smart.
He
Yeah.
built a pond in the backyard, paid it off through the bank, and then when I graduated, he built his house, paid it off through the bank. They didn't have parents to hand them money like y'all try to convince people all the time. You're always like, "Oh, this white privilege, and you get this and you get that." That's not true. You guys need to stop
Jamie.
spreading that misinformation.
Jamie.
It's
Jamie.
Yeah, you
absolutely
better
true.
stop, Jamie. No, because
White
no,
privilege
that
is
black
not
woman.
just money.
Jamie.
Hold up. I came
Of
from
the
No,
people
thank
on the
you,
panel,
Trigger.
these black people. Don't
No, thank you.
these black
Jamie.
people are the most.
No,
You're not
thank you.
oppressed. You're just
I'm
lazy
not.
as
I'm
fuck.
not
Get
interested.
off
Jamie.
trash.
You're lazy.
I'm not
You're
lazy at all.
Nobody's
Jamie.
gonna give you anything
Stop
from that.
don't
You're gonna have to
care.
work for it.
just
You don't
because you're
care. I'm not lazy.
because you're
We
black
got
and
we got
lazy.
It
we
has
got a
nothing to
child at the
do
Why are you
bottom,
with
trying
and
to
then
blame?
Jamie's not listening.
What
Okay,
you
Jamie.
mean black and lazy?
Jamie.
Lord.
We've already
Nobody's
established
lazy.
on the panel. You have myself and Serene. We're the white collar workers. I don't know how many.
You guys don't know how to budget.
Can I finish, please, Jamie? Can I finish, please?
Jamie can't
I
hear.
can't speak for Serene, but just me myself, I have
Terrence, stop. Hey,
I have
instead of
6
buying
degrees, Jamie.
Labrador,
I have Jamie. I can afford the dog, Jamie. That's the thing.
And the dog food.
I can afford
well, then
the
you're not.
dog.
Okay, Jamie,
You're
we
missing
got
the point,
Stop
my
muting
guy.
me, man. Stop muting me.
Stop.
Stop muting me.
Talking,
Stop
Jamie.
muting me.
If
I
you
am
would-
calm.
if you
I am
would
calm.
listen.
You guys
No,
are just
I said
mad because I
stop
won't break to your will.
talking.
Jamie, if you would listen.
Hold on a minute.
Close your mouth.
Hold on, Terrence. Hold
Close your
on.
mouth.
Did Serene say quit talking? And he said, I am tall.
I didn't say that.
calm. He said, I am
I am tall, damn it.
I'm a calm boy.
I'm a man.
You guys are ridiculous.
Okay,
You
well,
guys are
the
ridiculous.
question,
I
Jamie,
got
I
all
want to
night,
get back on
man.
topic. Jamie, I want to get back on topic. The question I wanted to ask you, or the thought I wanted to give you is, who do you think works harder, white collar people or blue collar people?
Well, I think it's like hand in hand on both sides. I think blue collar workers work really hard. Obviously, those are your iron workers, your construction workers. They work hard, obviously sweating. But white collar workers have it just as hard. They have admin stuff that they have to do,
Jamie,
and it can get tedious. They probably have to spend a lot of time in
Jamie.
the office doing these things. They have to
Jamie,
spend
I
a lot
work-
of time from
Jamie,
their
I
family,
work in an
making sure
office.
that they're doing their things. So it's one of them's mentally challenging. The other one is physically challenging.
Jamie,
In Alabama, you can sit there and act like that all you want, but you are spreading the most misinformation of anybody.
Jamie,
You are, man.
Brother.
Well,
These
I
people are
am
not oppressed, man.
Jamie.
Stop trying to convince
Jamie.
people they're
It's
oppressed.
verifiable.
Jamie,
All
I don't do admin stuff, Jamie. Like on my most fun days, I fluff fucking pillows and I get paid egregious amounts of money to do it. Okay.
He's a fluffer.
Yes, in many ways. So blue collar workers work a hell of a. Okay, I'm gonna turn it back around. I employ blue collar workers to do the work that I do. They work a whole lot harder than I do for less money.
Yeah, but look, Jamie, I think that Jamie needs to make the connection that oppression doesn't mean money only. Okay. Other ways
I
you get
never
oppressed.
said it did, but
No, you
you're
get
sitting here
said
trying
white
to convince these
privilege did.
people that
You said white
that
privilege did, and it doesn't.
yeah. But you keep relating it to that. You keep saying, "Well, y'all don't know how to budget then if you're making that much money and you still oppressed or whatever." And at the end of the day, oppression is much more than economic oppression is something. That is one way to oppress people for sure. Thanks, Vanity.
if you feel oppressed, it's because you choose to feel that way. You
No.
can wake up and feel however you want every day. There's a
Jamie, we've discussed this.
How
It's
many
not a
times?
feeling.
How many times, Jamie? It's not a feeling. It's not weakness. It's not a victim mentality. It's not a victim complex. There are systems of oppression that oppress entire swaths and groups of people. That is the definition of oppression. Stop saying feeling. That's not correct.
All right.
You're not oppressed, Serene.
God damn it. God damn it.
In Alabama, you're crazy as hell for trying to convince these
Jamie,
people they're
Jamie,
oppressed.
Jamie.
You are crazy as hell.
Hey, Jamie, you're oppressed too, okay?
I'm not oppressed. I am absolutely.
Yeah,
I get to wake up in the greatest country every day. I get to go and do what it is that I want.
Jamie,
As
Jamie,
long as I don't break the law, I am free to go and do as I please.
Jamie, can you prove that this is the greatest country in the world?
Absolutely, this is the greatest country in the world.
It-
Absolutely.
Can you prove it though?
It's already been proven.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has. The fact that
No.
you're able to sit on this phone and say what you want about the government and not be arrested or sent to prison proves that it's the greatest
Jamie,
country
I
in the
can do
world.
that in other
Because every
countries.
country is not like that.
Jamie, there
do
are
that
other
in
countries,
France
other
all
countries
day.
I can do that
The
in.
majority of companies are actually
Yeah.
not companies, countries.
I could do that in other places, Jamie.
Go to North Korea and do it. Go to
We're not talking
China
about
and do it.
North
Go to
Korea.
Russia and do it.
We
I
know
can
that,
keep
Jamie.
going.
There's
I've got a whole list of countries you
25
can't go to and say that.
countries where you have free speech. More than that, maybe.
And also you don't really you can't really do that. Not everyone can do that in the United States. I do want you to know that.
Oh, absolutely you can. The First Amendment tells you.
You said something about Malcolm X
Yes.
earlier, did you not?
Yes.
What?
Malcolm X
What happened to Malcolm X?
He was killed by his own people.
Unalive.
Don't say the K word. He was unalived. He was unalived.
Unalive. Sorry, I didn't know this was PG-13. My bad.
It's TikTok. You should know
It's
better.
your first day on TikTok, Jamie?
Yeah. So, Reverend King, what happened to him?
Unalive.
By who?
A white guy.
What?
A crazy ass, deranged, racist white guy.
Fred Hampton. Who? Do you know who that is?
Yes, I do.
What happened to him?
Unalived.
By who?
The FBI.
Huh. I guess you can't say what you want in this country, huh?
Whew, wow.
Look at God. What he did. Look at Sky Daddy. Sky Daddy did that.
Yeah. I guess you can't say whatever you want.
1 point landed with Jamie. Nope, Jamie. Just sit there and process that. Nope. Just process it. We don't need a response. We don't need a response. Just process.
Yeah.
Hey, beautiful Kristen. How are you, darling?
Hey, I'm mostly here to inquire about Terrence's fluffing services, but Jamie's a good bonus.
Oh, man. I mean,
Oh Lord.
look, listen, I prefer doing it to pillows because, those pillows are really pretty because, the other things aren't so pretty. But,
Yeah, throw
I mean,
pillows.
if I got to do
ridiculous.
it, I got to do it. Keep the man happy,
I do know.
Mm-hmm.
So why is Jamie so angry?
I'm not.
Is it because men create the problems, or is
Men
it
don't
just the
create the
socialism?
problem. Men don't create the
Get
problem.
there. It was me. I stoked the fire.
Oh, women
A
create
black woman
problems.
said something.
Yes, I came in here with a lot of ire, and he responded very in kind to it, as men do. They
So
don't
you
like to
said
hear.
hi, and then he
No,
just left
Serene.
him.
You were
No,
just
I was
saying
actually
stuff that wasn't
I was
true.
very, very stern. I was not just saying hi.
Well,
Yeah.
Serene, I've loved everything you've had to say. I've just mostly heard Jamie call himself pitiful, I think, and then tell
Yeah,
people that they're not oppressed
I
when
never
he's
said I
a
was pitiful.
he's a white guy.
oppression is
I'm the
oppression is a
only one in
feeling.
this group that thinks that I'm free. You guys think you're
Oppression is a
oppressed, and I'm the only one that thinks
feeling.
I'm free.
Because you have white male privilege. What are you talking
Oh
about?
my God. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, well, you said this is the best country in the world, but for whom? It's not for
For
me.
everybody.
It's not for
For
Serene. It's not
everyone.
for Terrence.
Hey, go tell Bob Johnson that he has to be white to be a billionaire. Hey, go tell Puff Daddy that he's got to
I'm
be
not
white
talking about being a
to get off
billionaire. I'm
that
talking
farm
about
that he
having
just got
basic
off
human
of.
He
rights,
brought, he
man.
brought
Don't
back
bring
the
that
90s
racist
name
bullshit
Puff.
in
He
here,
called him
Serene.
Puff
I'm
Daddy.
sorry.
Hey, don't bring
I'm
that
sorry.
in
Do
here
you
at
think
all.
white people
Okay,
can?
nobody
What?
gives a damn about your skin.
I'm also white, dude.
Then you should have more common sense than this.
Wow.
What?
Woof. I'm gonna let y'all take
Be
that.
careful,
What?
Jamie. You're,
Wait,
listen.
wait,
That
wait,
hood's
wait a
gonna
minute.
that hood's gonna
Wait a minute.
pop out. Be
Wait.
careful.
You guys
When the
hate it when
when the
someone
pointy comes
in here
out,
You come
that,
to
not
that
Kristen
brings
Bell.
fire. You
Come
don't
on.
want that.
You should have more common sense than them,
You
Kristen.
want
What do you
everyone to
mean?
agree.
I really should. I am a silly bitch.
Oh my goodness. I think the common sense is only 1 out of 5 here is missing.
No, you got
Jamie,
stop muting me.
take a breath. You really, there's some emotional regulation that we need to work on.
No, you don't want another opinion.
You can't even process. what's
You
being
want to be in an
said
echo.
because you just jumping off of mute every 5 seconds.
Yeah, have you considered some birthing breathing? Just let's try it a couple times.
So emotional. Why are men so emotional?
Right? They're hysterical.
Testerical torsion. Testerical torsion.
Maybe we should consider.
Exactly, Jamie. Just
What if we clip him and lobotomize him? Is that good?
Yeah,
You can try.
something.
So Jamie,
It wouldn't work out very well for you.
so Jamie, is the
Personal
black part of
Jamie.
me less intelligent than the white part of me?
No, I never said that.
You did.
But for
But you
Kristen
did.
down at the bottom,
You did.
to go
But
along
what
with
you
this
what you
and try to
did,
convince
Jamie,
you guys that
was
you are
you said
oppressed
that
when she
because
knows
Wait,
good and
I'm
damn
trying to.
well that you're not.
I wasn't saying
just
anything
makes
to
her
anyone
very
except for
ignorant.
you, Jamie.
And
I said.
Alabama is the same
I
way.
said.
He's sitting
How
here
are you
telling
going to say
guys
nobody's
that
oppressed
you're
when you have
oppressed.
white male privilege? What the fuck are you talking about?
Can I respond? Or are you guys going to mute me? I mean, Jesus. I mean, every
Do you
time
know
I
how
try
to
to
have a
respond, you guys.
conversation, or are you just going to keep flying off the
As
handle?
long as you can talk, wait your turn to talk. Go ahead.
You guys are not oppressed, man. If
Jamie,
you
but
want
you
to wake
but
up
you said,
tomorrow,
Jamie,
if you
but
want
you
to wake
said
up
that she should have
tomorrow
more sense
and
because
do
she's
great
white.
things, you have that ability because men and women from the military that you said was racist and oppressive fought and
Is he even in the military? Like, what's happening?
No,
I'm here. I
somebody
keep getting muted.
was up
Stop
here
muting me.
earlier. Hold on, somebody was up here earlier, and I said the military was racist, misogynistic,
Yeah, the same
homophobic.
military that went and died so you could get on this phone and tell them how
Unalive,
horrible they
son.
are. You should be
Jamie,
ashamed of yourself out there.
Jamie,
You should be
Jamie.
ashamed. And you would
Wait,
never say
wait.
that to one
Calm
of their
down,
faces.
Jamie.
You would never say that to
I
one of those
absolutely
guys.
would.
Sugar
I do
You
all
would
tits.
the
never say
time.
that to one of
Sugar
those guys
tits.
that
Calm
rushed
down,
on
sugar
D-Day.
tits. Okay, Jamie, listen, this thing about the military, they've propagandized you to believe that they fight for our freedom.
All right, so what should
Wait,
we
wait,
do,
wait, wait.
Terrence?
I'm
Not
not
have a
done.
military?
I'm
You want
not
to be
done,
under
Jamie.
another country's rule? Is
Jamie,
that
I'm
what you want
not
to do?
done,
Huh?
darling.
Is that what you want to do?
I'm not done, darling. I'm not done. So when they go into low-income high schools and they prey on these children, promising them to travel the world and free health care, that's how it's racist and oppressive. Because
White people join the military too, Terrence.
finish, Jamie? Can I finish, my little sweetheart? So they're not sending Barron Trump and like Elon Musk kids. Those kids aren't going to go to the military. Your kids go to the military. My kids aren't going to go to the military. And here's the thing about white supremacy, Jamie. White supremacy, you are the collateral damage. Poor white people are the collateral damage because you have
I'm
to.
not poor.
Can I
I'm
can
not
I
poor.
can I
I'm not
finish my
poor.
can
I
I
have a
finish my
house. I
sweet
have a
little North
car.
Carolinian dumpling? Can I finish my little dumpling? Okay, so they need little worker bees to help prop up the system, and you are one of their poor little worker bees, Jamie.
Yeah, you really can't. You really don't live check to check and not say that you're poor. That's crazy because you already said that you live check to check, and now
I
you're
do
saying,
live
oh,
check to check. I
okay,
do.
that's poor as
That's
fuck, dude.
Because
poor,
that's the way I
dude.
choose to live my life. If I wanted
It
to
sounds
go
like
out,
you're living above your means. Then,
how do you figure?
not me bringing it back around. Not me bringing it back home with that. Living
No, you
above your
didn't bring
means.
nothing back home. You just spouted off an ignorant comment that had
Jamie,
That's
nothing
what
to
you
do with
did. I was
it.
using your
You
Jamie,
comment.
made
Jamie,
Jamie. You
Jamie,
said that 30 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Jamie.
Jamie,
you
are you
told
here with
Serena
us? Are
Terrence
you
they didn't know how to
present?
Yes, I
budget.
live
Are
check to
you
check. I'm a
present
blue collar
and
worker.
accounted
Alabama,
for?
you're a blue collar worker. You live check to check. This is
Fuck
what.
no, I don't live check to check.
Yes,
I
the
got
fuck you
money,
do, man.
motherfucker. Don't play with me, son.
Man, what the fuck ever, dude? I can already tell
Jamie,
you white trash,
Jamie,
man. You
calm
from the
down, sweet
fucking.
tits,
I can
sugar
already
tits,
tell you live in a trailer. I can look
sugar
at you and
tits.
tell.
Not
He
the trailer
Dude, you are
comment.
he
not
loves a
rich. You are not fucking rich.
I didn't say I was rich, but I'm not
Jamie.
waiting on Friday's check to pay my
He
fucking
said he
bills.
Jamie,
I
you
can see
don't
that.
Hey,
understand
well,
how
let me
money works.
assure your simple-minded ass that you will not be rich unless you get your broke ass up and go work for it. That's the only way you ever gonna get it.
Sir,
Nobody.
have you seen his mustache? He can make money like Bonnie Blue in a minute. Shut your mouth.
Yeah. So anyway, the point of
And
the
if he
story,
needed to, he
like
could
Chris,
pop
so
on
first off,
OnlyFans because, like because the people love Paul Wall right there.
You guys
Anyway,
have no
He's
decency,
got the
no
internet going
morals.
nuts.
You guys are fucking insane, man.
Jamie, listen. So here's the thing. You said earlier that we should budget our money more, right?
Yes, you
Wait,
should
Jamie,
not
let me
live above your
finish.
means. If you're
Jamie,
making 6 figures,
Jamie, you're not listening, Jamie. You're not listening. So the fact that you live paycheck to paycheck and you just get by tells us that you're living beyond your means. I don't have to worry about that, Jamie. I don't have to worry about that.
Me neither.
yeah, and the first thing I do when I start on a project, especially if it's new hire people, because I am a project manager, is I start coaching them about money because there's a gap in between blue collar workers and being able to budget their money, right? So I get them on a right path, and there's plenty of people that I'm still in community with, and I know these people, and they're like, hey, that I'm glad that you showed me that 5 or 6 or 7 years ago. I've got a year worth of money in the bank right now. I never thought that I'd be able to have that. When we got laid off, I knew that I was going to be okay and be able to find another job because I wasn't scrambling. I had money saved up. You taught me that. I appreciate that. That these are life skills that we're giving people because I know that there's a lack. And the same way, if you were on a job site, if you came to work for me, I would extend that offer to you and try to get you where you weren't living paycheck to paycheck because you might need to take a week off and go on vacation or, hang out with your kid. Or I haven't worked a summer since 2018. I have
Alabama,
not.
it is not your
Yeah.
job to tell people how to save and spend their money, okay?
And so it's not
People
your
make
job,
decisions.
Jamie, and it's not your fucking job to get on a TikTok panel and tell people that they're not oppressed.
You're
It's
not
Your
oppressed.
job. It's not your job to get on a fucking TikTok panel and tell people what they need to be doing and how they need to be budgeting their money and how blue collar workers are this and how white collar workers are that and how it's not your fucking job to get on a panel and say that type of shit. So at the end of the day, what the fuck are you doing then? What are you doing, son?
Jamie, can I ask you a question?
Sure, go ahead. I'm gonna respond to you in a minute, Alabama.
So, when you want to take off work, you submit a PTO request, don't you?
That's absolutely right.
That's oppression, my guy.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
When they
Yes, it
hire
is.
you, you have a responsibility to be there and do the job. They're not going to pay you if you don't show up and do the job. Alabama, you know this as well. If someone hires you to come in and do a job and you don't show up,
back to jail?
they're not gonna let you
Why
do the
can't you
job.
direct it back
You're
at me?
not fulfilling your part of the
That's the
contract.
white man.
Jamie,
That's
It's not.
the
Jamie.
white man.
It's all
That's
accountability.
the
It's not
a
white
white,
or black.
a
It's
white
just
man, a white
refusal to
man.
take accountability. You guys don't
Jamie,
want any
Jamie.
accountability. You
Wait a
just want
minute,
to sit
Jamie.
down. You want to be
Jamie.
lazy. You want everything given to you. You don't want to work for anything, and it makes you horrible people. And
Jamie,
Why are you
this is
Jamie.
talking
exactly
about
why
people?
we have.
Jamie, stop.
Yes, please
Take a
stop.
Exactly.
breath.
Jamie.
Your pressure is high right now, Jamie.
Jamie, have you not listened to
You've been
anything that
on this
Serena
for a
have been saying
minute.
this whole
You
time?
really need to take a breath. It's okay.
I'm asking these questions
For
and I'm
2
talking
hours.
slowly to try to like help you out here. So
You want to co-regulate, Jamie?
PTO for me.
This
I
is like
don't
the best doula
Jamie.
service I've ever had.
Jamie. So what would I tell you if I told you that I don't get PTO? What would you say, Jamie?
Me neither. But
What would
we're
you say,
lazy.
Jamie?
Terrence and I are lazy.
What
Let Jamie tell
would you
it.
say if I don't get
No,
PTO?
I'm not
Jamie?
saying that you personally are lazy. I'm saying with the way you're thinking is lazy.
No, but Jamie, stay on topic.
Jamie.
So what would you say if Serena and I don't do PTO? So what is in your head? What does that mean?
I'm figuring that your company says, hey, you got this many hours of paid time off. You don't have to submit a request. Just let us know ahead of time, maybe within 24 hours, and you can take the time off.
No, Jamie. It means if I don't want to fucking go, I don't go.
Okay, well, that's fine. Every company has different policies. All companies' policies aren't the same. And that's okay because you live in a free country where everything isn't the same. It doesn't have to be the same.
Jamie, you're not listening. I'm illustrating you the dichotomy. Do you see what I mean?
You know he doesn't know what a dichotomy is, Terrence.
I know exactly what a dichotomy is.
Well,
I aced
the SAT.
Oh my God, thank you. Present it.
I will. I'll throw it in your face.
What? Jamie, it's probably not big enough.
Listen, I'm not going to be respectful if you guys aren't going to be respectful.
Jamie,
if you want to talk shit, I can talk shit.
Jamie,
Misogyny was never that far.
You're giving.
I promise you, I can talk.
It was always right.
Jamie, you're giving.
You'll reel that right to the front with the quickness.
They can never bury that.
4.5 chode. That's what you're giving me. You're giving me 4.5 chode.
You're not.
In fairness, I have that effect on men. I'll take it.
No, you're going to keep getting muted after that.
Thank you, Serene, for being my protector and provider.
Yes, no problem. It was my pleasure.
Women coming together in times of need. I love it. Oh. Solidarity.
Mm-hmm. What's the line? Daddy's not a person, it's a state of mind.
Ain't that the truth?
I will give Kristen credit. If that's her actual picture, yes, she's very pretty, but I don't.
Enough of that.
I don't think that's a topic.
Your credit was not needed. Your credit's not needed. Keep your credit.
You being a misogynist and then
fuck you, Alabama.
Turn around and compliment her.
Hey, why fuck me? Why fuck me?
But why do you say fuck me?
Why you say fuck me?
It was fuck everybody at this point. Jamie
Because you're
incensed. Jamie is incensed. Okay, he is upset. He's upset at the two black people that make too much money, but we're lazy.
I never said you guys make too much money. You said you didn't make enough.
And then the two white people that think oppression is a real thing.
Alabama, Jeff, you're my savior, Jeff. You're my Jeff.
He said oppression is a feeling.
Jeff is my savior, so I should fluff Jeff because Jeff is my savior.
Hey,
he said S a D.
Hey, when I can talk, let me know.
What's wrong with you?
Go ahead and have fun.
No.
I don't know why I said that. I gotta go off mute for a second.
Jamie, I have a hold on. No. I have a real question, Jamie. I'm gonna be for real for 2 seconds. Okay. What did you learn in this live tonight? Something that one of us said that you're going to take with you and you're going to just one thing that you're going to mull over. Maybe you're going to do some research on, some light reading, maybe read a study or two, a stat or two.
The fact that Alabama said that the First Amendment got Fred Hampton, Malcolm X, and Martin Luther King killed, because technically it kind of did.
Unalive,
excuse me.
Well,
so
listen,
Jamie,
but you still have the right to
do you
free
need
speech
help
in this country.
Jamie,
but that doesn't mean you're
why?
free from the consequences. This is a liberal saying. You guys say it all the time. Every time you hear something you don't like, you say, you're free to say what you want, but you're not free from those consequences. Well, the same thing applied to those guys. And it applies to everyone in this
country. Can't be being unallowed by your government. That's kind of against the point.
By the government that they're protected, quote unquote, by that very thing. Come on, Jamie.
Jamie, and that was your only takeaway from this whole conversation?
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, you guys aren't oppressed. You're not
He
oppressed.
couldn't listen to the black people and the women. It was just very difficult. But he
I
heard
never brought
Bama
skin
got
color up. Why are you so obsessed with race and
Bama
skin
got
color?
Bama
Why are
got
you so
got
obsessed with it?
a little bit
Jamie,
because it's tied to oppression,
Jamie,
which is not a feeling. So
Jamie,
we
are
got to
we not
talk
supposed
about
to
it.
be? No, I better not ask the question because it might make him self-destruct. Never mind.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Alabama, stop cutting me off.
It's me. It's not him.
You gonna take that?
Serene, stop cutting me off.
Jeff's
It is
hands are like,
me.
in the camera.
He don't
He's not
mute
doing it.
nobody.
So
You guys can say
Serene,
whatever you want
listen,
about me. I
Jamie,
can take it. It
Serene,
doesn't bother me at all. At the end of the day, I know who I am. I know
Jamie,
what I stand
Serene
for.
is your daddy, okay, in this instance, okay? So
Serena is absolutely not my dad.
she's definitely your daddy
You can be
because
my
she
daddy.
she can snip that voice when she wants to. So Jamie,
Time I feel like
us
it.
being black, why can that not be important to us?
Repeat your question, Terrence.
Me and Serene being black, why can that not be important to us?
Well, because you say that if white people say, I'm proud to be white, I'm proud of my culture, you say that's white supremacy.
What is
But
white
if
culture,
you
Jamie?
get to say, oh, I'm black and I'm
Jamie,
great and I'm proud,
you
and then
focus,
it's
Jamie.
okay.
That's
It's
not
Jamie,
a
white
two-way
supremacy.
thing.
Jamie,
You can't have it one way and not have it the other. That's
Jamie,
called unfairness.
Jamie,
You got
Jamie. What's the difference between me being a black American and you being a white American? What's the difference?
absolutely nothing. There's no difference.
There's a difference, Jamie. There's a
There
difference.
is not a difference. There's no difference other than the skin color. There's no difference other than the skin color.
Jamie. Okay, okay, let's try it a different way.
You just said you make six figures a year. I just told you I work a blue collar job. You're
Okay,
obviously doing better than me. So stop trying to say that
this
you're
one over your
skin color.
head. I'm gonna ask Kristen. Kristen, what's the difference between me and a black American, you being a white American, Kristen?
It's going to be systems of oppression over time, general treatment by several entities, racial bias, the very short distance between now and Jim Crow laws, police injustice. I mean, there's a lot.
Also, do you know what your heritage is, Kristen?
I do.
Okay. Would you mind sharing with the class what your heritage is?
Sure. I'm Dutch, Polish, and English.
Okay. So, Jamie, what's your heritage, Jamie?
I've never really traced my heritage, but
okay. So
but wait a minute. Let me
finish.
respond.
Let me finish, Jamie.
Just let me respond. You asked me what my heritage is. It's either English or Welsh and Lumbee.
Okay. So
the
difference, Jamie. The difference is I'm a black.
It's an Indian tribe in North Carolina. My mom is half Lumbee.
Okay. So the difference. So that means, well, we're
so technically, since
we're going to take your word for it. So you're partially indigenous. So the difference, Jamie, is I'm a black American. Black Americans are specific to the United States. White people are just a group. You have to know your nationality, your heritage. Whiteness is a mirage, Jamie. It's a mirage.
You're trying to tell me,
it
since I'm
exist.
white, that it's less important than your race.
No, that's not what I said.
That's exactly what you just said.
That's not what I said, Jamie.
That's what you said, Terrence.
Jamie,
you said it was a mirage.
Jamie,
like it didn't
it's
exist.
a mirage. Because white, Jamie, my boyfriend is Iraqi. You know, in this country, he's white.
Okay.
You can be from Egypt and you're white in this country.
Italian.
Do you understand where we're going with that, Jamie?
Irish.
Listen. If white is a mirage, then black is a mirage too.
Oh, good God.
No.
Absolutely.
No, Jamie.
Jamie, what is white culture? Because I think that's what's going to display what a mirage actually is here. We stole everything.
Culture is science, literature,
the
phone you're speaking on, the electricity you run through your house. White people have a lot of culture. You guys try to discredit it, and then you find white people like you guys to try to discredit it because you're ashamed of who you are.
No,
we stole those things.
Y'all stole those things, Jamie.
No, you
Yeah.
guys.
You're talking about the English language?
The English is a Germanic language, by the way.
You guys want to have a grown-up conversation? Let's have a grown-up conversation. Don't make rules for me, but not for thee, okay?
Grown-up
Jamie,
It applies
conversation.
to everyone. It
Jamie,
applies across the
Jamie
board.
has arrived. He said it's
Jamie,
time
to help you
for a
out here,
grown-up
would it be better if I
conversation.
tap into the part of me that's white to help you out?
Yeah. I would also
Is
like to say,
that?
is electricity a culture? I'm an electrician, and I'm trying to figure out. I didn't know that it was a culture. I thought it.
Me neither.
White people created it, Alabama.
No, they
Or
stole it.
What
Caucasians,
white
or
person
whatever you want
created
to call it.
electricity?
Well, that's shocking.
Yeah, it's just, this is riveting news to me. This is literally blew my shorts off.
Jamie, that phone you have in your hand wouldn't work without black people, my guy.
Okay. Hey, black people contribute to this world just like white people do. Everybody is equal across the board. If you don't feel equal, it's because you're not putting in the work and the effort to
Jamie,
get
it's
the
not
same
about
things that everybody around you's
feelings.
got that you're so jealous of.
Jamie, it's not about feelings.
Yeah, it's not about feelings. But back to the electricity, though. Do you think that Nikola Tesla is the one that did the electricity stuff,
Yes,
Jay?
yes, Nikola Tesla. No, I don't think he's white. He obviously had some other ethnicity going on with him. Obviously, everybody knows that.
Oh my God, Jesus, Mary and fucking Josephine.
Not the ethnicity.
And it said, "Okay, let's have a conversation.
Oh my God,
We're gonna have a conversation
Like adults.
like adults. We're about to have a
Yeah,
conversation.
go ahead. Hey, give me those snarky
An
comments.
hour
I'm not
and a
going
half-
anywhere. I'm
an
not
hour
going
and a
anywhere.
half
You guys don't scare me. I can sit
thrashing
and clear this
out.
whole board
We
all
don't
night.
have.
It doesn't
We
matter
don't
to me.
have to scare you. What are you talking about? You think
Yeah.
this is the fucking Avengers? Do you think this is a Marvel movie? We're talking about reality. We're talking about historical and present day facts. We're talking about observable truths. We're talking about things that people experience. We're talking about real world infractions that entire groups of people have been at the mercy of. And you're talking about, I'm not scared of you. You're talking about your fucking male ego and whatever the fuck, like weird white fragility shit you got going on. What are
Serene, you have brought.
let's be, I don't care, Jamie. I don't care. You have been wrong for 2 hours. And the only thing
Just start calling him James.
the only
Make him like
the
a
only
man.
thing that you want to come away with is the fact that 3 historical black activists were unalived by the government. That's the only thing.
Ooh, is Phil Collins white culture? Is that it?
Process. Stop trying to respond right away. Process. You're not.
Nikola
This isn't
Tesla
working.
was from like Croatia, like Prussia, like the Austrian Empire. He immigrated here. He was an immigrant. He wasn't white. He never claimed to be white.
I never said he was.
You said that electricity was from white
No,
people.
you said
White
you
culture.
and Kristen said
White
white people have no culture.
Culture.
You
Because
said
you
white people have no
don't.
culture.
You
We have
don't.
plenty of culture.
We
It's
all
all
do
around.
have culture,
It's all
but
around you.
You don't.
Jamie, oh,
You have
good
the
God.
illusions of white supremacy.
No, it's not. It's
You have
not.
the
It's not white
illusions of
supremacy.
white supremacy. English people have culture. A lot of that is colonial culture and very problematic. Dutch people have culture. German
Italian people have
culture.
culture.
Many different countries have culture. White people do not have a culture besides cultural appropriation and trying to make shit fucking cool.
Slavery.
That comes from
You want to count that as white culture?
from other countries. That's the culture that they have. This is long documented, Jamie. The fact that you're sitting up here still
Listen, while you
arguing
degrade
this
white people,
is-
the other two in this conversation might agree with you, but I will not, hun. I assure you that.
She's not,
Okay?
but
White
Jamie,
people have
Jamie,
plenty
We'll
of
say
culture.
that.
Jamie, she's not degrading them. What she's saying is what you attribute to white culture is actually English culture, Italian culture.
It's specific to
It's specific to
countries,
countries,
not
Jamie.
whiteness.
Not white people.
Whiteness is a construct.
But without white people, you wouldn't be here.
Good God.
Jesus. Oh my
I would cease
God.
to exist, Jamie. You have so much power over me, white
You
man.
wouldn't be in America if it weren't
You're
for white
so
people.
right. Oh my goodness.
You would
That's
be. I
not
That
proving
mean,
the
white
point,
supremacy,
James.
man.
let's just
James.
That
be
white
honest. Let's just be
supremacy.
honest. What are
That
you going to
white
try to
supremacy.
convince me? Are
That
you going
white.
to try to convince
I'm
me
not
that you
trying
were
to
already
convince
here?
you of
Go ahead, try to
nothing.
convince me you were already here.
I
Jamie,
don't have
Jamie,
Go
anything to
tell
say
some
about
Indians
your
that you
white
were
supremacy.
already here.
Well,
Jamie.
in fairness, Jamie, in
Indigenous
fairness, we all
peoples.
came from
Thank
Africa
you.
originally. So, I mean,
Indigenous
Pangea,
peoples. Like, let's be serious, Jamie. It's
Jamie,
okay.
so
You can update the
you want us to
language.
thank you. You want us to thank white people for the fact that they had slavery
But he
and that
doesn't
we're
believe in white
here.
supremacy. Isn't that
Is that
funny?
what you're saying, Jamie?
That
Was
is what he's saying.
You are the ones that are saying white supremacy.
no,
Answer the
Jamie. That
White
question,
was a direct
Jamie.
supremacy
question,
does not
Jamie.
exist. Black
Answer the
people and people of
question.
color can do anything.
Jamie,
You
answer
have
the
to answer the
question.
question.
Also, Jamie, privilege does not mean what you think it means. Privilege is simply a lack of barriers.
Correct. We know that he has an issue with definitions because he's still talking about oppression and feelings,
No,
so
no,
he
no.
doesn't understand privilege. I
Yeah.
mean, we're really
Serena, you
talking
are
to
ignorant
a
as
brick
Like
wall at this point.
Jamie, I'm gonna
It's really
empathize. I'm
running
gonna
into.
empathize for you for a second, okay? With you. I'm gonna empathize with you. I recognize that you didn't grow up in terms of, monetarily privileged. I get that. But you didn't have to grow up with racism.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Dude,
Oh,
I am 42 years old. The
Oh,
most racism I have seen in the past 30 years have come from liberal people of color. This is
liberal
especially
who?
in the South.
Liberal who?
Going to school,
liberal what?
liberal
Liberal
people
who?
of color are the
I
most.
what
I've seen
what
the
are liberal
most
people of
racism out
color,
of those
Jamie?
people in the last 30 years that I've ever seen from any other group. From any.
Isn't that
Jamie, when was the
interesting?
first time you were called an N-word?
I have been called that word.
I
I've been
I
called that word
remember the
before.
first time I was called the N-word, Jamie. It wasn't from a black person.
It's not an equivalent, so it doesn't really matter when he was called
So,
that. But
so
Yeah,
no,
yeah. Anyway,
no, it's not an equivalent.
Jamie.
Ask your question again, Terrence. I really want to hear the answer
what?
because he wants to purport that white people are the end all be all and white supremacy isn't a real thing, but then turn around and say that I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my great big white savior. So
So
please, Jamie.
Jamie, I am gonna re-ask the question. So we should be thankful that we were enslaved, our ancestors were enslaved. We should be thankful for that.
Mm-hmm.
No, you should be mad that black people in Africa sold them to white people to be enslaved.
Okay, so
God, I knew that was
Jamie,
gonna come up.
Jamie,
I knew it.
did you
Because you
know
know
that?
it's
Wait a minute, Jamie. I'm gonna educate you on this, Jamie. So
Alabama.
Jamie, quiet,
Open your
shushies,
ears, Jamie.
shushies, my little darling.
Close your mouth.
Okay,
Open your
so
ears.
when they put those people that were sold by other tribes on those ships, right, Jamie? Guess what they did? The people that were selling them were also put on the ships, and guess what happened? They were both brought over here, so they both lost out. Did you know that, Jamie?
Dude, you guys won't let me respond. You keep muting me. So, I mean, whenever you want my response, just
Because
let me know. I'm here all night. I got time tonight for this
you're
bullshit.
exhibiting very little emotional regulation. In school when they
And
call it
zero comprehension.
social and emotional learning, that kind of stuff. You're not exhibiting that.
If that word is so offensive to you guys, why do you call each other it all the time?
You're
I don't
not
understand. I don't,
addressing what we
Jamie.
just
Why?
You're
said.
It's
not
all in
tracking,
your music.
Why are you all
Jamie.
over
All
You're
in
the
your
not
music.
tracking the
place?
conversation.
I thought
You
we were
think I
doing
haven't been?
adult. I thought we were doing adult
We're
conversation
doing
time,
adult conversation,
Jamie.
Jamie.
Please have the adult conversation in good faith.
Hey, I'm
Address
trying
what
here.
Terrence said.
You guys don't want a
No,
different opinion. You only want
no,
what's in your echo chamber.
no. We
That's
want the
it. And that's
truth,
why this country
Jamie.
is.
No, we want the truth.
This
We
is
want
exactly why you got.
historical, factual truth. And conflating any other type of slavery or indentured servitude to chattel slavery is
None of this.
markedly inaccurate and an incredible false equivalence that white people who don't understand racism and or white supremacy often make.
Mm-hmm.
And Terrence was trying to explain that to you, but you can't listen because your maleness, your ego, your illusion of white privilege that you have won't allow you to sit here and listen to historical truth, which we have been trying to impart on you for the last 2 hours. But all you want to do is listen to Alabama. So here, everybody, the panel's going to be quiet, and Bama's going to talk to you. How about?
You guys are painting me as a person that I am not. My words are my words, and I know what I'm saying. Yes, chattel slavery existed. Yes, Jim Crow existed.
What
These
kind of
things existed,
slavery?
Not
and these things
existed.
oppressed black people at
Not
that time. But in
existed.
today's time,
No, 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 no. We're talking about the different types of slavery versus chattel slavery. That was the equivalence that you made. That
that's
was
right.
markedly incorrect.
Every ethnic group.
It was, and it's not it's a false equivalence, Jamie. Those people that were enslaved had a path to citizenship. They could buy their freedom. They could marry a free person and become free. Chattel slavery was for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. We don't even understand the atrocities that took place during those hundreds and hundreds of years. So
Go tell the Jews this.
when white people get up here and talk about, and well, everyone was enslaved and African people sold slaves, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and you sound just as racist as you purport to not be.
Serene.
Stop talking and listen.
It's very perplexing to me when people that haven't experienced a lived life like that, right? Like I can talk to Terrence about the woes of growing up in poverty in rural Alabama. And Terrence he doesn't have that lived experience of that. And then Terrence can turn around and talk to me about growing up as a young black boy in Alabama. And those are two different lived experiences. And so for Terrence to be the direct lineage product of what I would consider to be one of, if not the most atrocious, long-term standing, inhumane, unjust ways that people live. And for me to equate it to like, hey, some stuff happened over there too, so therefore it's not really that bad. And the stuff that you're equating over there on the other side could, like, that's bad also. And I'm not saying that that's not. Just like my lived experience of poverty and Terrence's lived experience as being a black boy are two bad experiences that neither one should have existed. So indentured servitude and enslaved people inside the United States, neither one should have existed. But for me to try to say that they're both the same is now we can have the conversation about, was it worse for Terrence to have both parents just with good job but be black compared to me having one parent and growing up poor and stuff. We can have that conversation because there are nuances in that conversation. But there are no conversations about the atrocities that happened for hundreds of years and literally built this country. And this was brought up in the conversation earlier tonight, was America is such the best. America was built on the backs of free labor by women and enslaved people. That's why America has a foothold on, because it had the longest standing in the modern world of enslaved people and in servitude of women and subjugation of women and all of the free unpaid labor that women and black and brown people experience in this country. At one point in time, the Fugitive Slave Law of 1850 said that you could stop any person that you might think was a slave, an enslaved person, and if they could not provide you with the proper paperwork, then you could cart them off and do whatever you wanted with them. Now, the laws went one step further and said, and if they couldn't provide the paperwork, then whatever. Which means if they had paperwork on them and you took the paperwork, now they were an enslaved person. And there's historical accounts of that happening, of the person provided paperwork, but I thought it was false, so I ripped it up and I took them where I wanted them to go. And that happens, and it's still, like Ivy said, there was a man that was found hung in North Alabama last fucking year. There's not another race or group of people that are being done like that in what you call the greatest fucking country in the world.
There was 4 last week.
This is the greatest.
There was 4 last week.
Last
This
week.
month in different states in this country, in the greatest country, hung by trees, hung on trees. So please, like Jamie, this is not a. Stop it.
No,
Knock
you
it the
could-
fuck off. Knock it
Yeah.
off. You sat there and listened. See, you're proving the point. You sat there and listened to Bama. And when 2 black people want to talk to you about the atrocities of fucking chattel slavery and how its remnants are still understood and felt and seen today as recently as fucking last week, with 4 men being, I can't say the
Yeah,
word.
exactly. Some made up shit that you're just trying to make up.
It's
Jamie,
made up.
Keep trying to make it up,
I
Swain.
can't say the word because of TikTok. Yeah,
okay, so
we'd had enough. It was
I dropped it. Yeah,
it
I
was.
dropped
I
it.
mean, no, Jamie. Sorry, racism it's exhausting.
He followed me, so come back another night. But like at the end of the day, I mean, you have to respect history, and you need to respect lived experiences. Nobody told you that you were wrong for saying that you were broke. He didn't run. I just dropped him because I've gotten to the point to where the conversation is going to get bad. It's going to get worse, and I didn't tell you that you were wrong for being poor or growing up this way or that way or nothing like that, because we all have our own individual struggles. But for you to constantly tell people that they're lying, or are you saying that it wasn't that bad when you don't know nothing about it? At the end of the day, it just shows that you don't have any compassion. You don't have
and
any
I tried to empathize with him multiple times.
Mm-hmm. And they don't. He doesn't want to face the reality that the United States perpetuates violence and harm to groups of people, just like the civil rights leaders of the 1960s that we already went through and said that the government, FBI, took them out, and that still happens today. There's no telling what else happens that we don't know about. There's no telling, when somebody's coming up through the ranks per se and they're making a little racket, and capitalism, the United States government says, you know what, we can't have this voice,
And I think one of my funny oddest takeaways from him was he was a captain for capitalism, even though he himself is not winning in the system of capitalism. That's a weird mind fuck right there, man.
100%. Mom Donnie's life is now being threatened because he threatens the capitalist system. And there'll be more people that'll come out soon. There's gonna be a revolution in our lifetime. There's going to be. There was a revolution in the 1890s. There was a revolution in the 1960s. There's going to be a revolution in our lifetime. Capitalism has went too far. We will overthrow something. I don't know what. But the system's not working for us. So, but anyway.
Which there are 51, I always forget the group name, but there are protests on Thursday across the nation. If you guys are interested in sitting out of work and protesting at your capitals, you can find that information. I will put it in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 5051. There's a group called Money Out of Politics, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of content on that.
Oh, they're great. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I just spoke with them the other day. They're fantastic.
Yeah. Are you in their Discord?
No, should I be?
I mean, possibly. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a pretty decent movement. They're moving on the Capitol. I think July 27th is their protest
Heard.
date. But they're, like I said, money out of politics is something. I'm going to Chicago for the DSA meeting. Because socialism is the future, and there's people like him prove that the system wants to disenfranchise you and have you uneducated and force you to go to work every single day, right? So you don't have time to organize and push for revolution. So, but anyway, Ivy, I agree with that. Wages is the number. Wages is the easiest thing to do to talk across because everybody deserves a living wage, right? So, but anyway, if anybody wants to say any closing remarks, I don't watch football like that because football is just something to kind of distract you from the system, right?
Well, Nathan, I'll say Roll Tide, and that's only because I went to school there, not because I like football. I like football players; they're cute.
Ooh, and rugby. Yeah.
Oh, yes, thick thighs save lives. Yes. Yeah, that's about it.
I also
Okay.
need B to understand that Jeff is not GT. I don't know if you're just updating me on GT's apps today, but what's going on down there?
That's so funny that you said that.
I'm not GT.
Because
Are
he
you
was
sure?
like, "Oh, GT," and I said, "Oh yeah, I can see GT. Okay, that's so
Mustache
funny.
now. I can see it too.
What?
Okay. Apparently, Jeff, you're supposed to check out GT's latest video. And then if you could just remake it for us, that'd be great. We'd appreciate it.
Oh,
Did y'all see his thirst trap from
Yeah, we
either
did.
today or yesterday?
There's Trout Nation.
We're talking about Terrence. He needs a
did not
fluffer
get
stat.
permission. He did not get permission from me or Shawnee to do that.
what? Nah, I
You
had
have
to
to run
see
thirst
it.
traps by us before you do thirst traps.
That
Jay.
wasn't
Yeah,
a,
Jeff?
that wasn't really
We
a
are
thirst trap.
we are trying to. I am your image architect. I am your raw lunch.
Image
Right.
architect is wild.
Image architect is
Oh,
great. I love that.
what now?
Look, this is reparations. I want to get rich off of being his image
It
architect.
wasn't
So
a,
when he
was it
goes,
really a
when he
thirst
gets starts
trap?
getting paid for being a harlot, I want to get my reparations from it.
It wasn't even a thirst trap. It was
That was
just
a thirst trap,
It really
Jeff.
wasn't.
You
It was just
flexed.
a little.
You literally flexed.
I need you to unmute
Well,
it so I can go look. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Ridiculous.
Oh my
please
God.
don't
Jesus
flash us.
You need to
Christ.
calm down your
Please
clams.
don't flash
you
us.
couldn't
That's
see
what
no
he's doing.
thigh. You couldn't see no
Speaking
crop
of
top.
thighs,
Huh?
huh?
The what?
You got the slutty glasses on.
Speaking of thighs,
Not to make him foggy. What's up?
I can't see without my glasses.
tell
That's
Terrence,
great.
It doesn't take away the fact that it's the slutty glasses, Jeff.
tell Terrence how I'm on his side. Did you tell him?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I didn't tell. No, I didn't tell him. I said just the thighs
The
weren't
thigh
in the
tie. I told him the thigh tie. It needs to occur.
It does.
I
It
concur with
does.
that.
I've been trying to tell him that.
Yeah, no, I support you. 1111, make a wish. I support you, Terrence. Just know that the thigh tie is definitely.
It needs to happen.
I think
Just
so.
don't make it something corny.
Well, we're trying. Yeah, because his. What were you? Oh, What were you gonna get? Were you gonna tell him? Exactly. Thank you, Terrence. Thank you so much.
I
He
ain't
can't
say
be
nothing.
trusted. He can't be trusted.
Not my nipple hanging out of my damn crop top.
Just a harlot, a whole harlot now.
The whole,
Literally slashed us, pit and nipple. Just what is wrong with
yeah,
you?
my bad. But
He
all
said
right,
it's,
so
it's summertime fine. That's what he said.
yeah, enough of the objectification of Alabama fella. It's time to go to bed.
I don't know if our budding, well, I don't think he's smart to be a white supremacist, still in the space, but I would have him to think about what kind of mind fuck it is for me to know that part of my family's wealth comes from the fact they used to own slaves.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And I know he's no longer here, but Mr. Black, who never experienced oppression, you know, you know, me add to me knowing all of that stuff and having to like, unpack. When I told him he needs to unpack and decolonialize, and he's like, no, 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 because I used to think kind of like him. I was a little baby Republican.
I did too. I wasn't super, super far right, but I had conservative leanings for damn sure.
Because black people are conservative. That's what people don't realize.
Yeah, because of religion, and
Liberal
also
people
if
of
you have
color. I think that
any,
was
yeah,
funny.
if
Liberal
you have
people of
any,
color.
if you
Liberal.
have any money, it's like, oh, conservative. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He's still here. He's still trying to come up. Jamie, it's a wrap. You're done.
It's a
It's a wrap for
Mariah
the
Carey
night.
has a song. It's a wrap.
It's not happening.
I just
We
think
gon'
someone should put Jamie in plow pose and peg the patriarchy. He needs it.
He
He
definitely
probably
needs
he
some
probably
type
likes
of,
it. He probably
yeah, he
watches.
needs some type of punishment, but I don't know if that was one that would
Was he the one
really
that called him Puff
stick.
Daddy? Was he the one that said that, or was it Black?
He did. He said Puff Daddy.
That's a
I
good
got up
one.
here and Black was like said assumption 7 times and had to drop because
He said it more than 7 times,
he
girl.
was so
He just kept on
bewildered
saying it.
by me. He said, "Oh no."
And his
oh,
whole demeanor
bro.
changed. Do you notice how like the energy they gave to me and you was completely the energy they gave to Harlot over here?
Oh, I mean,
Which
without question.
harlot?
That's always
Jeff
gonna
is
happen.
Jeff is the only harlot on the panel right now.
But see, that's what happens with any white man that comes up. They're like, "Oh, I see my people. I can have a conversation with my people."
Yeah.
Anybody on the panel, they're like, you's not my people. I can't have a conversation with you. You're either a woman, you're black, you're brown, you're queer, you're some
Mhm. All right,
identity that intersects all of those.
we're gonna shut this rascal down. Y'all got to get out the house.
It's past his
Mom,
bedtime.
yeah, Mama said can't nobody be over no more. We're staying up too late, so can't nobody spend the night. We got to go home. But that was a good live. I appreciate everybody that's gifted. I appreciate the panel, including the little crash out. Uh, but the new followers, the likes, the love. If y'all like the conversation, we're gonna do some more. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get there. But anyway, y'all have a good evening.
Good night, Jeffrey.
Good night, y'all.